Hey, Ethereal Souls, for this pick a card reading topic, we're going to ask, how will you view your future husband or your future wife? So we have here 3 crystal bracelets. Let me bring it closer to the camera so you can see it. This is for group number 1, and this is Dendritic Quartz. Alrighty, that's it. For group number 2, they call this Libya or Libyan Citrine. Others call it Smoky Citrine. That's for group 2. And then for group number 3, we have here golden titanium quartz. Wow. Alrighty. There you go. Those are the 3 crystal bracelets that you can choose from. Take your time in selecting which of these 3 groups or piles you are drawn to. And I'll see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this Dendritic Quartz crystal bracelet, then this is your reading. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit, how will you view your future husband or your future wife? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 1. How will group number 1 view their future husband or their future wife? All right, 4 swords. Wow, High Priestess. 10 of Pentacles. Whoa, the Lovers. Wow, this is so nice. Death. And you have the Hermit. Oh my gosh, look at that. High Priestess and the Hermit. Are you kidding me? 10 of Cups as the overall energy. Very beautiful. Wow, I love this. I really do. All right. So let's start off with signs, because some of you may resonate with the signs. But even if you don't, it's okay. It can just be the energies. All right. So I'm actually seeing here, well, we have Pisces and Scorpio. It's really, really strong here. Water signs. And then I'm also seeing here Ear, especially Gemini. And then if it's Earth, I'm definitely seeing here Virgo. All right, so group number 1. How will you view your future spouse or your future husband or your future wife? Definitely with the Lovers card appearing, as well as the 10 of Cups, you would be viewing your future spouse as really the person that you wanted to end up with, all right? Like for you, like I really wanted to spend the rest of my life with this person, okay? You see this person as somebody that you really wanted to grow old with and build a really long-term partnership with, especially got the 10 of Pentacles. In the traditional tarot, the 10 of Pentacles shows a spouse, a husband and a wife, children, all right, with pets, and then the grandpa and the grandma are also there, all right? So you're really going to be seeing your future spouse as the person that you really wanted to grow old with and be in a really long-term partnership with, okay? Especially got the 10 of Cups, which is also talking about building, you know, a really bright future with somebody that you really love, okay? Because you see this person, or you would be seeing your future spouse as somebody who fulfills you in so many levels, all right? 10 of Cups is a really great card to get because that's talking about ultimate contentment or satisfaction. And we see here this really beautiful couple hugging each other, all right? Sticking side by side to each other. So that's how you will be viewing your future spouse or your future husband or wife. I'm also drawn to see the High Priestess and the Hermit card here. Both are very, spiritual figures. I would be very honest. I'm getting here, and there's a strong message from Spirit that for some of you, both you and your future spouse are actually highly spiritual people. Okay? Either really deeply religious, especially with the Four of Swords, or highly spiritual. Because spirituality is still different, from religion. Okay? I'm even picking up that if you're a psychic watching this or a healer, I feel that your future spouse is also like that. Not for all of you, though. And I'm talking about somebody who's really practicing it, or somebody who does those things as part of their spiritual career or profession. But regardless, I'm getting here that this is a really, really strong, high-level type of connection. Especially you got the Lover's card, and then you got the Hermit and the High Priestess. I tell you, group number 1, your future spouse is definitely somebody from your past life. 100 million% sure. Okay. Number 2, this is a high level or a really, really strong connection. A lot of you would be marrying your divine counterpart, okay, who chose this pile. And again, both of you are very deeply spiritual or religious. And I feel that this is also going to be helping your connection to grow, to flourish. I feel as well that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody, like what I said earlier, if not necessarily somebody who's highly intuitive. Some of you, this person is really highly psychic. They may be also, doing some sort of like practices, all right, or into esoteric stuff themselves, all right. But for some of you, I'm also getting that this person is somebody who really likes meditation. I see somebody doing that, doing meditation a lot, whether both of you are also interested or into that. Again, with a Hermit, I tell you, you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who's very deep, very profound, very wise. Because the Hermit is somebody who's enlightened, all right? So this is a very, very wise person, a profound person. And they're not afraid to, embrace changes, especially with a Death card over here. That's also what I'm getting. I feel that you will be viewing your future spouse as somebody who also transforms, Maybe your future spouse is somebody who challenges themselves to become better, all right? Or they always, transform. And I'm not picking up it's something that is leaning towards the negative. It's actually towards the positive, all right? So both of you are going to be helping each other. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. You're really going to be growing together. And there's really something around healing. So I feel that you would be viewing your future husband or future spouse as somebody who has this very healing energy about you. Especially if you're the type of a person who's anxious all the time, or you may have the tendency to overthink, because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Some of you may have air in your chart, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And I tell you, your future spouse is somebody, I'm hearing the word temperance. Okay, so it's kind of like the Temperance card, but I don't have that here, but I'm hearing that. There's something about your future spouse that's going to be helping you out in terms of balance. You balance each other out so much, all right? So what I actually heard from Spirit, especially if you're stressed out or you're always anxious, all right, your future spouse is kind of like a healing force, Like for some reason, there's something about leaning. Look at this young lady over here leaning and hugging this blue bird over here. And then this couple are hugging each other. There's something about like you can rely, or you would see and view your future spouse as somebody who's very dependable, reliable. Not to say you're going to be so clingy or codependent, but what I'm hearing from Spirit is that both of you, not just your future spouse, but both of you are each other's rocks, okay? And that's how you will be viewing them as well. They're really somebody that you can lean on, especially when you are going through a lot of distress. And they do have that very healing energy about them that would make you feel at peace. Especially with the image of the feather over here. So there's something about feeling light. That's what you would be feeling, or that's how you would be viewing your future spouse. Being around them makes you feel relaxed. Okay? It's really light. Versus, you know, every time you are with somebody or with your future spouse, you just, you know, feel very drained, right? But that's not the case here. Group number one. Very beautiful. I love this. My gosh, you have really beautiful cards, group number one. And I'm really, you know, sensing and picking up based on the energies that I won't be surprised if this is really the person that you would be really growing old with. Okay, it's not like you're just going to be married for like 3 years or 2 years. Okay, in fact, I feel that you really see this future spouse as somebody that you wanted to have children with. Or if you're not into that, maybe fur babies. But there's something about building a family, because you got 2 cards around building a family together. So you really see your future spouse as your forever person. Okay. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm hearing the name Carrie. Yeah, Carrie. Very nice. All right, let's try to pull up another set of cards. I'm also hearing, by the way, that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody that you can also trust. Like this future spouse of yours is somebody who knows how to keep a secret. I keep on hearing that. Yeah. So they're very trustworthy. You can actually just basically open up to your future spouse and without worrying that they are actually going to be, you know, just sharing everything to everybody, even to their own families. That's really, you know, what I'm hearing. Okay. So yeah, that's beautiful. Let's see what else. How will you be viewing your future spouse or your future husband or wife? Are you freaking kidding me? You saw me shuffle. Look at that. That's beautiful. And again, they're hugging each other. So I feel that you would be viewing your future spouse. If you're a guy watching this, I feel that your future wife is somebody who's just really caring. I'm getting that energy. They're very hands-on. They're very nurturing. Okay. Because I'm hearing somebody saying, are you okay? You know, like, have you eaten dinner or something? You know, somebody's just really sweet and thoughtful. That's really what I'm picking up. So very nurturing. If you're a woman watching this, or you're the divine feminine, your future spouse is also very romantic. Okay. Somebody's very sensitive to your feelings and your needs. And somebody who's really going to be proving to you or showing you that, hey, you know what? I'm really going to be so devoted to you, and you would really feel that I'm always here by your side. I keep on hearing that. So it's a really passionate connection. Now let's go to the guidebook here. Let's go to page 14. Let's see. What else can we actually pick up from this card, which is Art of Seduction? It says love, womanhood, passion, seduction. We see an elegantly dressed couple, the woman close to the man as she whispers something in his ear. Okay, let's bring it closer. Is she talking about love? What kind of oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? It says here, oh wow. What kind of secrets is she telling him? What did I tell you prior to pulling up this card? Because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Spirit, you know, well, I was about to shuffle this deck. I keep on hearing from Spirit. Tell them about how their future spouse is really trustworthy. You know, somebody who's really going to be keeping a secret, you know. You can rely to this person. You can open up about everything to this person. Yeah. And they're also going to be like that to you, all right? So anyway, I'm blown away. We're just beginning this reading, and we're seeing a lot of synchronicity. So yeah, let's put it here. What kind of secrets is she telling him? In her red jeweled gown, the woman is aware of her powers of seduction. She uses her femininity, beauty, and passion. She tempts all of his senses, from the scent of a fragrant bloom to a soft touch on his cheek. There's incredible power in her gentle words and delicate caress. So let's actually start off with the male viewers, or if you're the divine masculine watching this, definitely you would be viewing your future wife as somebody who's very seductive. All right. She is mysterious. She is naturally seductive or sexy. I'm really getting that. Strong feminine energy. She's very loving and she's very sophisticated or elegant. That's really what I'm picking up here. All right. And she's very beautiful, not only on the outside, but on the inside. Okay. You would also be viewing your future wife as somebody who is really, again, very particular with beauty. She may have Libra in her chart because I'm sensing that. All right. All about beauty, love, and romance. And I'm getting here that your future wife is somebody who really smells so freaking good. There's something about roses for you guys. Roses can be very significant in this connection, by the way. Okay. Now, if you're a woman watching this or you're the divine feminine, your future husband or your future spouse, they also have this very, strong feminine energy about them. Like what I said, they're loving as well. They would be really honoring you as their wife or your womanhood. Okay. And again, you can rely to this person. You can share or open up, to your future husband about anything. Okay. With the confidence that he's really going to be keeping it to himself. Okay. So yeah, very beautiful. I love this. Let's pull up another deck. What else, Spirit? How will group number 1 view their future husband or wife? Expression. Words are the messengers of the soul. Express your deepest love and care. So your future husband or your future wife, group number 1, is somebody who's very open. Okay. They don't have any trouble in expressing themselves. All right. They don't have any, problems in being vulnerable. I feel that even if they're not really, good with words, they still express it in so many ways, whether through writing, like they would probably leave you a note and tell you to take care. All right. Or text you or say good morning or whatever. All right. So they're very expressive. That's really what I'm getting here. That's how you would be viewing your future husband or wife. And yeah, they're actually the type of people who love so deep. All right. They will love you so deeply. And they're very caring. I said that too earlier. Wow. This is so freaking beautiful for group number 1. Let me actually bring this back. Yeah. Because I love the image. So beautiful. All right, what else, Spirit? How will group number 1 view their future spouse? Are you kidding me? You got the Mystic. Oh, wow. Strong spiritual energy that I'm sensing here. For a lot of you, group number 1, your future husband or your future wife, I tell you, they're highly psychic. All right? They're really, really intuitive. So, let's just say they're not really doing that as part of their spiritual career, all right? But they're just, basically, naturally and highly intuitive, okay? Especially with the Mystic card over here. They're also very mysterious, which is interesting because you got the High Priestess at the very start of the reading. And High Priestess is a secretive figure or somebody who has this air of mystery about her. So whether they're male or female, all right, or this is your future husband or future wife, they're actually really, really mysterious. Okay. Very seductive and very, I'm hearing from Spirit, very spiritual, or they have a strong connection with the divine. Okay. Very mystical. Alrighty. What else? How will you view your future husband or your future wife? Okay. What is this? Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at this. You got the gifts, right? So you would be viewing your future husband or your future wife as a gift, all right? And at the bottom of the deck, you got mature man. So yeah, this person is actually really mature. Whether they're male or female, again, you can switch it because some of you are actually divine masculine watching this video. So if this is a woman, they can be older than you or they're actually just basically really mature. But yeah, you would be viewing your future husband or your future wife as somebody who is very, very giving. That's what I heard. They're very generous with the gifts. And there's something about opening up with the open box here. Yeah, they're really open. They are not the type, even though they may appear mysterious or secretive, it's not to say that they are untrustworthy. I feel that they don't have any trouble opening up to you or expressing their feelings for you, okay? And you are each other's gifts. So the word generosity is so strong here. Let's pull it more. Maybe for some of you, part of their love language, by the way, it's gift giving, okay? So they love to shower you with gifts as well. Oh, yeah. I won't be surprised because there's a lot of water signs at the very start of the reading, especially Scorpio, okay? And hello to my fellow Scorpios and Pisces, because I also saw Pisces. So hello to my fellow water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So for a lot of you, your future husband or your future wife, they may have strong water in their chart, which is, again, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And now it's not just surprise why there's a lot of psychic energies that I'm picking up from this reading, because water signs are actually the psychics of the zodiac, okay? Because they're very intuitive. Water signs are very deeply emotional and very sensitive as well, okay? So that's why I said earlier, your future husband or your future wife is somebody who's going to be sensitive to your feelings, to your needs, okay? And they don't have any trouble in expressing themselves. Maybe at first, you know, they don't want to appear vulnerable as well, or they're kind of like stoic. But I feel that since this is your future spouse already, I feel for a lot of you, your future spouse or your future husband and wife doesn't have any problem in opening up, okay? And expressing, especially got the expression card earlier. So yeah, very nurturing. That's really what I picked up, okay? And also with this image, yin yang, oh my gosh, group number 1. I feel that for a lot of you, especially that we saw the Lovers card, for a lot of you, this is a high level connection, really, okay? What else? Let's pull it more. How will you view your future husband or wife? Now we have Cancer. Are you freaking kidding me? A lot of water signs. So maybe both of you are water signs, all right? Some of you, I'm picking up a combination of air and water. So somebody's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and then your future spouse is a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. It can be switched, all right? That's why Spirit is saying you guys are really going to be balancing each other out. But yeah, I got the Triumph. So I'm getting here that you would be viewing your future husband or wife as somebody who's determined. That's what I heard. They know what they want, all right? They're not indecisive, okay? They're go-getters as well. And I'm also hearing that you would be viewing your future husband or wife as somebody who is really going to be helping you in terms of, you know, yeah, realizing, that's what I heard, realizing your worth or your value, how you are, yeah, how amazing you are or how gifted you are. I don't know. I just heard that. Like this person is really going to be helping you to see parts of you that maybe you have denied even, or that you're not comfortable about, or that you are not confident about. So I kept on hearing that for someone out there, all right? Yeah, they may have dark hair. Somebody has dark, wavy hair. Yeah, that's just an additional, you know, info. But let's see, what else? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I said that earlier. You got the Yemaya. Well, I tell you, group number 1, your future husband or future wife is somebody who's very caring. How many times have you gotten that? They're very nurturing. Look at this mother and child. Some of you will have children, if not necessarily, because some people, they're not into that, maybe for babies. But regardless, they're very caring. They're deep, caring, and affectionate. So whether this is also a guy, you know, they have a strong feminine energy about them. And that's why I got the water signs, because water signs are emotional. They're very naturally caring as well, okay? So yeah, group number 1, this is so beautiful for you. This is somebody who really understands your emotions. And again, with the image of the baby, I feel there's something about vulnerability. So whenever you're actually feeling down or low, like your future husband or wife is somebody who's just really going to be, again, I keep on hearing at the very start, they're really going to be helping you to realize that you're never alone, or that they would prove to you that, hey, I'm just here. All right. Like you guys are just partners in crime, and you are each other's rocks. And there's something about hushing. Like, you know, if you're actually feeling down, like it's going to be okay. I keep on hearing that. My gosh, how many cards have you gotten? Group number one, where there's actually a couple and one of them is just really, you know, kind of like soothing the other person or hugging the other person. Yeah, I feel that's how you would be viewing them, all right? How loving they are, all right? I love the energy for your future spouse as well. Group number one. What else? Yeah, see? You got the victim mentality in reverse. That's beautiful. So your future spouse, especially that you got the Triumph card, this is suggesting to me really that they're not, you know, the type of people who's dramatic or who tries to play the pity party game, you know? They don't victimize themselves. That's how you be viewing your future husband or wife. You know, they rise above their challenges or their problems instead of always feeling bad about themselves and complaining about yesterday. You know, they don't dwell on the past. They keep on moving forward with the Chariot card over here. And it says triumph. So again, they try to rise above any difficult or challenging situations instead of always seeing themselves as a victim. Okay. How beautiful is that? Very mature. Very mature. All right. What else? How will you be viewing your future spouse? Number one. Yeah, magic. Yeah, you would instantly sense this even. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. By the time, whether you already know who this is, maybe some of you already know your future spouse. But Spirit is actually saying you would sense that. You would sense it right away. Like for some reason, you would have this strong sensation. Whether it's, yeah, your heartbeat is really going faster, or you would just basically sense it that this is the one for you. And you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody's just really, really rare. Look at that with this Pegasus over here. I keep on hearing the word rare. They're unique. They're one of a kind. You know, maybe that's why you really wanted to be with this person, because they're different from everybody else or anybody that you've dealt with in your past. Because I keep on hearing that, unique and rare. And also, this is a very magical connection. Also, you would be viewing your future husband or wife as somebody's really, really, yeah, psychic. I tell you that. There's a lot of psychic cards. Even with the moon over here, they're really deeply, you know, spiritual or intuitive. They have this very, yeah, ethereal vibe about them. Yeah. And also, I feel that you would be viewing your future husband or your future wife as somebody's really wise with the L. You both are old souls, all right? You're very knowledgeable, which is interesting because you got the Hermit. The Hermit is somebody's enlightened, very wise, like a teacher, you know? So yeah, they have a lot of experiences. They're deep, wise people. I tell you that. That's how you would be viewing your future husband or wife. And it says here, shift your focus to a positive view. What did I tell you? They rise above any difficult challenges, right? They don't really see any difficulties or any problems that they face with as something that would put them in a situation or in a consciousness of, I'm a victim. Okay? They don't. They always try to look at it from a different perspective or a higher perspective, and they try to shift their focus again to a positive view. And again, it says here, believe in yourself, you have magic in you. Now that is crazy. I said that earlier, didn't I? Because that's what I heard from Spirit. I heard from Spirit that this person would help you to realize how amazing you are. Maybe there are parts of yourself that you've tried to deny, or maybe because you're not comfortable about it, or you are not confident about yourself. Because I keep on hearing that your future husband or your future wife is somebody who's going to be allowing you to see how amazing you are, you know? And I'm hearing as well that, yeah, this is really going to be your biggest cheerleader as well. They would be really, you know, rooting for you, they would be really fanning the flames for you because they believe so much in you. There's something about that. Some of them, they would be helping you to rise above from this type of consciousness. I'll be very blunt because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They would be helping you to realize that there's no point in returning to the past, okay? Because I tell you, you guys are really going to be balancing each other out. You are each other's strengths. It's not to say that your future spouse is always strong. So I feel that when they're also going through low moments, you would always be doing the same thing for them, okay? My gosh, I love this reading so much. And there's tons of messages I notice. All right, let's pull up 3 cards from this deck. How will you view your future spouse? Group number 1. I'm hearing Sasha. That's really beautiful. Sasha. Sasha. I love that. Is that a name or something? I just heard that right now. Very beautiful. Yeah, friends. See, you guys are not only husband and wife, but you guys are freaking friends. How beautiful is that? Whoa. Oh, wow. Diamond. How precious. Gosh. And you know the saying when it comes to diamond, right? Yeah, I feel that your future husband or wife went through a lot in life, but they actually rose above those challenges. And that's why they are like a diamond, you know? They're really strong. They're really unique. And yeah, I feel that your future husband or wife, you know, is somebody who is, yeah, they shine. I don't know. I'm just really hearing the word shine, you know? And that's because they're very positive people. They're very brilliant. Yeah. Look at this with a cat. Okay. So let's start off first with the friends. Like what I said, it says soul tribe, by the way. And I said that at the very start of the reading. I won't be surprised if a lot of you chose this pile. Your future husband or wife is somebody from your past life for sure. And this is a high level connection, whether it's twin flame or soulmate. Okay. Definitely part of your soul family or soul tribe. And you guys are really going to be great friends, not just, you know, husband and wife. And how you would be viewing them is that they're really all about togetherness. So this is crazy. I said that earlier, like you would be feeling it, that they would always be sticking by your side through thick and thin. Okay, that's why they're also going to be like your best friend that you can open up to. And they're not just there for you when things are going good. All right, I tell you, this person is also going to be proving to you that, hey, I'm here, even in your darkest or lowest moments. And I feel that's also the reason why I'm really seeing for group number 1 that this future spouse of yours is somebody that you would really, you know, going to be growing old with. So as early as now, I tell you, you know me, I'm straightforward. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations. Because I could really, really feel it. I could feel the energy here. And they're very committed to you. Okay. Because part of the keyword here, it says commitment. So they're very much committed towards you, group number 1. They would also be helping you, again, something around confidence. You would know if you have low self-esteem, because not all of you are. Some of you, you're actually just naturally confident, right? But for those who are resonating with, yes, I'm shy or I don't believe in myself, I tell you, your future husband or wife would be helping you to realize how amazing you are. They would be your biggest fan. They would be really empowering you and motivating you because they believe in what you can do so much. All right. So yeah, you guys are really helping each other so much in so many ways when it comes to your strengths or opportunities. And it says here, invincible spiritual power. Gosh, yeah. A lot of spiritual cards for group number 1. And yeah, it says light, right? So yeah, there's something about, I heard that earlier, something about light because of shine, you know, they would help you to shine. And also I'm getting here with a cat card. All right. You would be viewing your future husband or future wife as somebody who is a no nonsense. That's what I heard, type of person. Because they're very, very deep. They're profound. Maybe your first impression of your future husband or future wife is somebody who's kind of like very intimidating, because that's what I'm hearing. They may have this very intimidating vibe about them, but once you get to know them, they're like, whoa, you have many sides to you because you got the diamond here, multifaceted. So you would be viewing your future husband or wife as multifaceted. There's so many sides to them. Because that's what I heard from Spirit. Maybe the first meeting, whether you already know who this is or you're just about to in the future, your first impression of your future husband or wife is that they're a bit aloof or disinterested or maybe a bit cold. But I tell you, they have so many sides to them. Okay? Wow. And they're really cool. They're really calm and collected. Very grounded. Strong Scorpio. Yeah, so hello to my fellow Scorpios out there, or maybe your future husband or wife is a Scorpio, because you got it so many times, all right? Although other water signs appeared here too, especially Cancer and Pisces, but the strongest would be Scorpio. All right, so let's pull it more. Let's get 3 cards. How will you view your future spouse? Wow, okay. Catalyst for change. Are you freaking kidding me? So yeah, because that's crazy. It says transformation. And that's why at the very start of the reading, you got the Death card. Your future husband or wife, I tell you, they have strong Scorpio in their chart. I'm a Scorpio myself. And Scorpio is a sign of, you know, death, rebirth, transformation. They're going to be a catalyst for change for you. I tell you that. I tell you that. But this is for your highest good. It's not negative. Definitely it's positive. It's going to be helping you to kind of like release something, okay, that is preventing you from growing as a person because they believe in you so much. And it's not like they're going to be forcing you. It's just going to be happening naturally for you. All right. Yeah. Wow. This is so freaking beautiful. Group number 1. I love this. I love this for you. So they're going to be a catalyst of, yeah, for change for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are you freaking kidding me? 6 of Cups, soulmate. And there's something about childhood, you know. I feel that you and your future spouse are really going to be best friends because you got the friends card. And look at this. We have a young boy and a young girl. You guys are like kids as well. You would be viewing your future spouse as, you know, like a childhood friend, you know, somebody that you've known for a very long time. Because yes, this person is from your past life. I said that over and over again because 6 of Cups can also talk about, you know, somebody from your past life. All right. Yeah. And they're very tender. It says here too. They're very tender. They're very sweet and thoughtful. All right. They may be a bit innocent as well. And it says soulmate. I cannot make this up. There you go. Right. Beautiful. And again, Scorpio energy. Very strong. Wow. Scorpios are really strong here. They're very comforting. Yeah, maybe that's why I always, you know, notice based on the cards that I pulled up, like somebody's trying to hush the other person. Yeah, they have this very comforting, healing energy. Like it's going to be okay. They have this very motherly energy about them, okay? Whether they're male or female, okay? Scorpio, again, Judgment card. Are you freaking kidding me? I tell you, group number 1. Your future husband or future wife, okay? Yeah, they have strong Scorpio. I tell you that. And also hearing from Spirit that you're mirroring each other. So if you might actually say to yourself, why is it that it's also describing me? Because you're mirroring each other, okay? You are. Because they're divine counterparts as well, all right? Twin flame for others of you. So yeah, with the Judgment, I'm getting here that your future spouse is somebody who's really going to be helping you to realize. I said that earlier, didn't I? Helping you to realize how amazing you are. Go back to what I said. Because Judgment is also talking about self-realization, a wake-up call, all right? And the Judgment card is also talking about rebirth, renewal. And you got that with a solar eclipse. They're like an angel too. Look at that. we see here 2 angels. So they're always going to be there by your side, you know, really motivating you, helping you, comforting you. And I feel you're going to be, you know, doing the same for this person. There's also something about decision, because you got the Chariot card earlier. It's not to say that your future spouse is going to be deciding for you. I feel that they're really going to be respecting your decision. And that's how you would be viewing them. That they're really, you know, going to be respecting your decision, and open as well to share their own, you know, opinions or inputs about something. I'm also hearing, honestly, that both of you are light workers. So like what I said earlier, if you might say to yourself, why is it, it's also kind of like describing me, because both of you are highly spiritual. Both of you are marrying each other. And yeah, you're like twins. That's what Spirit is saying. Only for those who would be, you know, feeling as if that, yeah, it's describing yourself, right? But yeah, both of you are kind of like twins. And I'm hearing as well that you have a mission. I keep on getting that. You have a mission together. Okay? Especially for those who would be resonating with, you are highly psychic, or you're doing this as a spiritual career, because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit right now. Whether you are a healer, and I'm talking about spiritual career, okay? Whether you are a psychic, a healer, energy healer, light worker, all right? I tell you, I'm even hearing both of you are empaths, by the way. Yeah, both of you are empaths. And both of you really do have a mission. There's something about changing the world. And I'm getting goosebumps right now. My gosh, it's so strong. And it's only for those who would resonate with, yes, I'm an empath, I'm a light worker, I'm a psychic, I'm a healer. Yeah. So your future husband or wife is the same. Whoa, strong tingling on my crown chakra. And there's a mission. You have a mission together, all right? Something about changing the world. Whoa, okay. That was so strong. For some of you, you might be meeting your future spouse online or traveling. They may be living at a distance from you. All right, what else? How will you be viewing your future husband or wife? Group number 1. Okay, got the 3rd wheel. All right. Don't worry. If you're kind of like afraid of third party, it's not. They're very devoted and loyal to you. I'll explain that later on. Yeah, you got to keep an open mind. Oh, okay. Interesting. Again, soulmate. You got the 6 of Cups and it says soulmate. You got the soulmate keyword again. Time apart. All right. Now that is crazy. Some of you, your future husband or future wife is working for the military. Okay. Or maybe a pilot. Yeah. Or Navy. Yeah. Somebody who's watching this pile number 1 reading. Not for all of you, but some of you, your future husband or future wife is somebody who is working for the military, okay, or Air Force. Air Force is so strong, crazy, because especially with the image over here, or they can be a pilot. They're always away, okay? That's just an additional clue for some of you, all right? So let's start off with this 3rd wheel. What I actually heard with the 3rd wheel is that they're actually going to be a bit flirty towards you. No wonder you got that card earlier, right? Yeah, because this Art of Seduction card talks about flirtatiousness. Like they're very naturally seductive and very tempting. So you got the keyword flirtatious now. So that's how you be viewing your future husband or wife. But I don't think that they're really going to be, you know, flirting with everybody. Of course not, because I feel that your future husband or wife is really, really devoted to you, or somebody's very loyal, even though you're apart from each other, especially for those who would be resonating that your future husband or wife have to be away all the time because of their work, all right? No wonder you got this 8 of Wands, travel, right? And then there's actually airplanes or jet planes, rather. So somebody's really working for the military here. So there's something about trusting each other, even if you guys are actually away from each other all the time. And then you got keep an open mind. It says here your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for some of you, you and your future spouse, maybe this is not your usual type. Okay, that's how you would be viewing them. All right. I'm even hearing that maybe, for instance, you like, if you're a guy, you like blonde girls, or, you know, tall women, or, you know, it's somebody who's really different from your usual type, even for the divine feminine watching this, okay? Yet, the connection is so strong. It's so beautiful, all right? You feel at home and at peace with each other. And I'm hearing from Spirit because this is beyond the superficial. You know, maybe, you know, some of you, not all of you, you were actually in superficial type of connection, where it's just beautiful on the outside, you know, but it lacks substance. It lacks, you know, depth. You're not connecting on a soul level. All right. But here, they're showing me, based on the reading so far, that your future husband or wife is somebody who's really deep, who can connect with you on a deep level, on an emotional and spiritual level even. Okay? Alrighty. How will you view your future husband or wife? Group number 1. Ooh, cards are flying out. Let's take a look. Alrighty, hold up. Spiritual maturity. Are you freaking kidding me? Crazy. A lot of cards around spirituality. So they're very spiritually mature. I feel that they're also going to be sharing so much of their knowledge to you. Some of you, you're both highly spiritual. Both of you are into spirituality, you know, esoteric stuffs, because I got that earlier, all right? Or if it's actually your future spouse who's more spiritually mature, you would be learning a lot from them. I tell you that, okay? But both of you are really going to be teaching and learning from each other. It goes both ways, really, okay? So they're very spiritually mature. Bottom of the deck, I feel like, yeah, sharing this too, self-respect. That's how you would be viewing your future husband or wife. They do respect themselves, okay? Or they do have self-respect, which makes them really, really, you know, amazing or really lovable. All right, let's try to pull up more. Okay, grief in reverse. So again, this is a person who doesn't really hold on to the past. We all experience sadness. We all experience pain, all right? But your future husband or your future wife is somebody who knows how to heal from that, or they always move forward. That's really what I got with this grief card in reverse. Yes, they would actually, like any other normal human being, they would be going through that process of grief. But then after that, they move forward. That's what I heard. See? You got 2 of Swords in reverse. So they really do follow their intuition. My gosh. I tell you, group number 1, your future husband or wife is somebody's highly intuitive. And they know what they want. They're not indecisive. Okay? They know what they want. They know who they are as well. Again, I'm drawn to the image of the third eye chakra here. There's a third eye. So for some of you, really, I'll be very honest, not for all of you, this, you know, future husband or wife is somebody's really highly psychic. Maybe their third eye is activated, you know, some of you, but definitely for sure, they're very, very intuitive, especially with the 2 of Swords in reverse. There's also something about perspective, you know. They would be helping you to see things from a higher perspective, and that's why they're spiritually mature. See? Hostilities in reverse. Oh my gosh, I so freaking love the energy of your future husband or wife, group number 1. I tell you that. They're drama-free. They don't hold on to grudges, especially with a hostilities card in reverse. So they're not the type who likes to fight with everybody, you know, who likes to stir up conflict and drama, you know. They don't dwell on negativity or any, you know, negative emotions either. They just keep on moving forward. Wow, they're very peace-loving, okay? But it's not to say that they're not tough, All right. It's not to say that they're a pushover. This person knows how to show their fans if there's a need, but they really don't like to start, any drama or conflict. That's 10 million% sure. That's what I'm hearing right now from Spirit. I'm hearing Jason. I don't know if it's the viewer or, yeah, I heard Jason. Ooh, wow. This, I'm not going to be reading in reverse, even though this deck may not have reversals to it. But shining through. Crazy. I said the word shine earlier, didn't I? When I saw the diamond. Go back to when I saw the diamond card. This one. I said, I keep on hearing the word shine. Now he got shining through. Crazy synchronicity. So yeah, I feel that your future husband or your future wife, the way that you would be viewing them or seeing them, they are really, again, one, they're open, okay? And they're really going to be so honest with you. They are not afraid to express themselves. So there's something about that, them freely expressing themselves to you. And they would be helping you to shine. Because I keep on hearing that earlier. All right. They would be really, boosting your confidence or self-esteem and helping you to realize your gifts, your natural gifts or your talents, how amazing you are. I keep on hearing that. So yeah, this is another powerful confirmation. Action. See, they're very action-oriented people. They're go-getters. They're very ambitious. They're not passive. They know what is it that they want because they're not indecisive. See, you might be different from each other, yet you are going to be helping each other a lot, okay? There's teaching and learning here, especially again with the image of the owl. You keep on getting images of owl, which is really suggesting to me that your future husband or wife is so freaking knowledgeable. I tell you, the word wisdom is so strong. That's how Spirit is describing your future husband or wife. They're filled with so much wisdom, even though they may be young, all right? But they're really wise beyond their years. And yeah, they would help you or co-create goals with you, for sure. Let's pull up this deck. How will you view your future spouse? Group number 1. Yeah, they're naturally competitive, but not in a negative way, all right? I'm also hearing they don't like competition for others of you. See, changing negative behaviors. So that's why I got the Death card. Your future husband or wife is somebody who's open or flexible to change what needs to be changed because they know that this is for their highest good. So if there's actually something that they feel that is not really for their highest good, or they need to, make some adjustments, they need to heal this, they're open to that, okay? Wow. Oh, so you would be viewing your future husband or wife as somebody who is free-spirited. No wonder they're very knowledgeable or wise because they love adventure. They like to explore, kind of like the Page of Wands. They're a free thinker as well. They always wanted to explore new things, new experiences, okay? I feel that your future husband or wife is somebody who easily gets bored because they always wanted to learn something new. Now it makes sense. Wow, Spirit, thank you. Now it makes sense why they're so wise. Why they're so, knowledgeable. Because they always wanted to learn. Are you kidding me? It says here, looking for the gift connected to the situation. Beauty from irritation. How mature is that? See, I told you. Group number 1, your future husband or wife is so freaking mature. I'm not talking about the age, regardless of their age. And earlier got spiritual maturity as well. So this is a person who knows how to look for the gift connected to a situation, whether it's positive or negative, especially the negative, because it says they're able to see the beauty from any irritation. Whoa, beautiful. Yeah, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, it says books, scholarships, school study. I just said that. They love to learn. Crazy. So that's how you would be viewing your future husband or wife. You know, they love to learn. They're very studious. Maybe your future husband or wife love reading books as well, okay? They can be a teacher for some of you because there's something about academic, all right? Or not necessarily that's their profession, but you would be learning a lot from them, okay? Because they're really wise people. And are you kidding me? You saw me shuffle. This reading is so freaking powerful, you guys. You saw me shuffle. What does it say? Religion or spiritual values. How crazy is this reading? Packed with tons of synchronicity. Whoa. I said that earlier. Either they're deeply religious or they're very highly spiritual. So now you got religion or spiritual values. I'm hearing from Spirit both. They're religious, but at the same time, it's like there's a fusion. They're religious, but at the same time, they're also spiritual people. Okay? For some of you. Okay. Now let's pull up the next set of cards. What else? What else, Spirit? How will group number 1 view their future spouse? Ooh. Are you freaking kidding me? You got expression and then perception. Because you got that earlier, right? Another synchronicity, you guys. I cannot make this up. Expression. From 2 different decks. So Spirit is really coming through here for this reading for you guys. So yeah, they're not afraid to express themselves. They can also be very artistic. Okay, that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're naturally artistic, very dreamy. And again, in terms of feelings or emotions, they don't have any trouble expressing to you how much they love you. I tell you that. And again, with a perception, how would you be viewing your future husband or wife? Again, they're mature. I said that when I saw the 2 of Swords in reverse. They are going to be helping you as well to see things from a different perspective. Okay? Remember, this is actually pretty much similar to each other, where it says looking for the gift connected to the situation, beauty from irritation. So that's talking about a person who perceives a situation on a higher level, right? Yeah. Beautiful. I love this. For some of you guys, this person is really into arts or theater. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about that. Somebody's kind of like an actor even. Yeah, kind of like that. Acting, theater is really what I got. Performing arts. Interesting. Okay, what else? Introduction. Through the introduction of friends or relatives, you meet someone you find quite nice. So maybe for some of you, this is just a clue that you'll be meeting your future spouse through a friend, or it can be somebody that you know, relatives. I'm also hearing from Spirit that it can also be not necessarily a relative or a friend, but you'll be introduced to each other either through an event. You know, for instance, both of you went to the same event, because that's what I'm hearing right now. Yeah. So there's going to be a common ground. All right, what else? See? Golden mirror. Are you freaking kidding me? I said that earlier. You guys are really going to be marrying each other so much. That's why some of you might even say, oh my gosh, it's also kind of like describing me. Yeah, because I tell you, you're like twins. You're like twins, all right? But still unique and beautiful in different ways, all right? So let's pull this up. Then you got signs. Watch out for signs leading you to your true love. So Spirit is saying here that prior to meeting this person, because some of you already met this person. I'm hearing that right now. Yeah, some of you, you've already met this person, and this is your future spouse. Some of you, you would be meeting this in the future, of course. All right, but you would be getting a lot of signs. Pay attention to signs, because it's leading you to this person, whether you already know them or not. You might be seeing a lot of repeating numbers as well. Okay, so pay attention to that. All right, let's pull up clues about this person. Okay, what is this? They are secretive. So yeah, that's how you would be viewing them as well, that they're pretty much, you know, secretive people. Very Scorpio, my gosh. They are career focused. That's what you needed to know, or that's how you would be viewing them. This person likes you. Oh my gosh, especially if you already know who this is, okay? Because I'm hearing that from Spirit. You already know who this is for some of you. Now let's get, I feel like pulling up 6 cards from this. Let's get more clues about or how you would be viewing your future spouse. Ooh, that's too many. We'll just get the ones that flip, I guess. Tenacious. So you would be viewing them as somebody's very tenacious, strong determination, really. Their tenacity is just out of this world. Yeah, because they don't give up. They always rise above their problems. Posture. So you would be, you know, loving their posture, the way they actually maybe, you know, walk, or they actually carry themselves. So we'll just get the ones that flipped. Unpredictable, yeah, because they're very secretive, all right? So no wonder you got the High Priestess at the very start of the reading, and then you got Mystic. So they're really unpredictable. That's how you would be viewing them. They're also very compassionate. We'll get 2 more. Caring. Oh, I said that too earlier, right? How caring they are, how loving they are. My gosh, that kept on repeating for you guys. We'll just get 1 more before we end this reading. Oops. Okay. We'll just get this. Exciting. Okay. They're really exciting. I won't be surprised because they're multifaceted. You will never get bored with your future husband or wife. They're like a diamond. So many sides, you know. Some of you, like what I said, you might be even judging this person as aloof or intimidating or harsh or cold. But once you get to know them, they're like the sweetest ever. And you're like, wow, you have so many sides to you, all right? Bottom of the deck, understanding. Yeah. So there you go. Group number 1. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I freaking love this reading. It's packed with so much synchronicities from start to finish. And I love the energy for you and your future spouse. Okay? I tell you, group number 1, I won't be surprised if this is the person that you would really be, you know, growing old with. I tell you that. I felt it so strongly. And yeah, it's also interesting you chose the Dendritic Quartz. It's really my favorite. Okay? This is also for attracting wealth or abundance. And there's something about growth with a tree, because it has trees on the beads. So yeah, there's really something about growth between you and this future spouse of yours. All right. So there you go. Group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you again next week. Love and light. Bye-bye, guys. Hey, group number 2, if we chose this Libyan Citrine or Libya Citrine, then this is your reading. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit, how will you view your future spouse or your future husband or wife? Let's begin. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 2. Let's see. Okay, you got 5 of Pentacles in reverse, King of Wands, the Hangman, Page of Swords. Wow, interesting. Knight of Swords. 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay. 9 of Swords. Okay. All right. A lot of Swords energies for group number 2. I noticed that. So whether this is actually you or your future spouse, they may have heavy air in their chart. That's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then I'm also seeing here fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, that can be you. You may have that somewhere in your chart or your future spouse. And then we have Pisces as well. Okay. So again, if you're not resonating with the signs, that's perfectly fine. It's probably just the energy. Okay. All right. So how will you be viewing your future spouse, group number 2? I love the fact that I'm already picking up that this is a totally different energy, which is beautiful. I'm getting here that for a lot of you, you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who's just really freaking smart, really intellectual. I tell you that, especially with the amount of swords here. And then you got Page of Swords. They're also very naturally curious. Okay. Somebody who really likes to learn, especially with a student over here. And there's actually piles of books. So yeah, they're the type who is really eager to learn. They're really, inquisitive, not nosy, but inquisitive is what I'm hearing from Spirit, because they have a passion for learning and they're open to learn as well. They're also very observant, especially got the Hangman and the Page of Swords here. So they like to observe. They also learn through observation. They pay attention to the tiniest details. And that's how you would be viewing them as well. You would be surprised that they could actually remember super specific details that they probably learned from you, or you may have shared to them like 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And you're like, whoa, you still remember that? That's what I'm hearing. Okay. They have a sharp memory because they're highly intellectual as well. I feel as well that for some of you, you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who is naturally confident, they're very relaxed. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're not the type who's going to be super conscious about what people think about them, They're not super vain, all right? They're just really relaxed and comfortable, okay? They're not afraid to show their true self as well, okay? Like they're unapologetically themselves. That's what I'm hearing. Getting here as well that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who really thinks and really embraces the energy of abundance, which is interesting because you actually got or chose the Libya Citrine. And as you may know, Citrine is for attracting abundance or wealth. And I'm getting that, especially with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This person has a very, successful or an abundant mindset. They do not put their focus on lack. All right. That's what I'm getting. This is how you would be viewing them. Because again, even when it comes to their own self, all right, they know that they're good enough. That's why they're actually confident. Okay. It's not to say that they are really going to be cocky. All right. But they know that, hey, I'm good enough. There's something about them, believing that I have limits, all right? But it's not to say I'm going to be, just staying where I am, but I'm going to be challenging myself to do better, all right? That's really what I'm picking up from this person's, way of thinking. You may be also viewing your future spouse as somebody who's very direct or blunt, okay? Some of them, they may be quiet or reserved, because again, this is still a general reading. Not all of you are going to be marrying a talkative person. I mean, let's be realistic, right? Because this is still a general reading. But for some of you, this person may be on the quiet side. But when they talk, oh my gosh, it's really just so straightforward. Okay? I'm getting that. I feel as well that this person is somebody who easily gets bored. That's what I'm hearing. Especially if their partner is, somebody who is not really meeting them on the intellectual level. So I tell you, this person, they may have heavy air in their chart. They always like to talk as well or converse with people who's deep, okay, or they enjoy deep conversations. You may be also viewing your future spouse as somebody who's very passionate with their opinions. That's also what I'm getting. When they're actually really fixated towards something, it's hard to change their mind. They can be stubborn though. I'll be very blunt. Okay. They can be stubborn though. So when they really believe, something so much, it would be hard to change this person's perspective. Okay. But I'm getting here that, yeah, your future spouse is somebody who's very, very straightforward, honest. Okay. They're not going to be sugarcoating things as well. I feel as well that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who may have gone through a lot in life. I also got that too, especially with the Three of Swords in reverse. I keep on hearing that this person is, yeah, I'm hearing the word prick. Yeah, and I heard sensitive. So, yeah. So, for some of you, this person may be really sensitive or not extremely sensitive, but yeah, they get easily hurt by words as well. That's also what I got from Spirit. They take it, harshly sometimes, even though you just wanted to, yeah, to just kind of like be honest as well with your thoughts or your opinions about something, but they may actually, not see that as a positive criticism. I'll be very blunt because I'm not going to be just showing you or telling you all the good things here. But that's what I'm hearing. But yeah, some of you, they may have gone through a lot in life. They may have been betrayed and they learned from that. That's why you would be viewing your future husband or wife as somebody who's very cautious. So the word cautious or being vigilant is so strong. And that was because of what they've been through in life. Okay. I feel as well that for some of you, you would be viewing your future husband or future spouse as somebody who is very, too much in their head, especially the Nine of Swords. They love to think. They may overthink, overanalyze a lot of things, or excessively worry even. Okay. That's what I'm getting. And yeah, they're really into observation. Even with the image of the eyes over here, they love to observe. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Like, this person really pays attention to the tiniest details. Also, you would be viewing your future husband or future wife as somebody who is naturally beautiful or attractive. Okay. I feel for group number 2, you'll be marrying a really attractive spouse. And don't be surprised, okay, if there's a lot of people trying to, get this person's attention, even if you're already married. So just be mindful about jealousy, because I really heard that just now. All right, because they're naturally charming or attractive, charismatic, but I don't think that they're actually, untrustworthy, or that they're players, or that they love to flirt, even though you're already married. I don't think so. I'm not really seeing that. In fact, I feel that this person understands what it feels like to be cheated on or betrayed, to be betrayed by somebody. Because for some of you, I feel that this person was betrayed by a former partner, all right? So I'm getting here, though, that because they're naturally charismatic and very attractive physically, oh my gosh, they get a lot of attention. That's how you would be viewing them, okay? And I'm getting here, a lot of people would be trying still, to flirt with your future spouse, because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. But I'm getting here that this person is really going to be cautious. They're really going to be proving to you that, hey, you know what? I'm devoted to you. I'm loyal to you. I'm not flirting with these people, okay? For some of you, what I heard, it's the other way around. You're the one who's a catch, or you're the one who's so freaking seductive, charismatic. You get a lot of attention from people. And so, again, because Spirit is saying something about jealousy, so I feel that you would be viewing your future spouse who can be, a little bit jealous, because you get a lot of attention. I'll be very, very direct with that. And so they're really going to be watching you. Some of them, I'm hearing, secretly watching you. Okay, they may have trust issues, because that's what I heard. Maybe they're really going to be, because they're vigilant, right? They're really going to be observing you or doing some, I'm hearing undercover. I don't know. It's kind of like a PI for some reason, like investigative work. Like, okay, where is my wife or husband going? All right, let me check. All right, secretly. That's what I heard. But they will be watching you, group number 2. I tell you that. Because of, yeah, they don't want to lose you. I feel that this person was abandoned before, crazy, because you got Hierophant in reverse. I feel that this person had a really, really traumatic experience when it comes to love. And there's something about abandonment, okay? But I don't think, like, you know, your future husband or your future wife is really going to be super jealous in a very unhealthy way, you know, or dramatic. I don't think so. But yes, they're really going to be vigilant. So again, you can switch roles, because for some of you, it's actually them who gets a lot of attention. But it can be switched, because I also heard that it's the viewer. And so you would be viewing your future husband or future wife as somebody who is vigilant, or who would be watching you secretly. Okay, I'm seeing somebody doing that. I'm watching you. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing the name Terry. So yeah, Terri is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Wow, that was so strong. Terry. Okay. What else? Yeah, I'm getting that. But I don't think that they're really going to be toxic. All right. But yeah, I'll be very honest. They can be jealous. They can be jealous, especially if you're the one who's getting a lot of attention, or people are flirting with you even though you're already married to this person. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next set of cards. What else, Spirit? How group number 2 is going to be viewing their future husband or their future wife. Okay. Weaving flowers. Interesting. Let's go to the page 33 from the guidebook. It says here, Creator, Art of the Universe, Integration. Here we see a woman gathering the delicate petals of blossoms and making them into flowers. It seems like she is weaving them together, bringing a greater whole into being. She is calm and concentrated on her work. So that's it. That's how you would be viewing as well your future spouse. Very calm, or very concentrated or focused on their work. This woman is a creator. She draws from the petals falling from the sky and growing from earth. Inspiration is all around. Gather it up to create a new whole. So that's how you would be viewing your future spouse or your future husband or wife. They're very highly creative. Okay. And at the same time, they're very, focused on their work. So this is a very hardworking person, or career focused for sure. I'm even picking up that some of them, they may be also leaders, all right, or a boss, kind of like that. I'm picking that up as well. They really work well with so many people. And then they're good at bringing people together for some reason. That's what I'm hearing as well. Okay. All right, let's put that aside. What else? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Harmony. Okay. Strive for harmony even amidst the storms. Now that is beautiful. So your future spouse is somebody who doesn't really seek for any conflict. Just like what I said earlier. Yes, they can be jealous. All right. Especially if there's somebody who's trying to flirt with you, knowing that you're already married to them. Okay. Because that's what I heard earlier. But they promote peace and harmony. Okay. Maybe this person has strong Libra in their chart as well, right? So they promote peace, harmony. I also got Aries, by the way. That was so strong. Yeah, especially when I saw the word creation. So yeah, for some of you, when it comes to signs, that can just be an additional validation, especially if you already know who this is. And then I'm drawn to the musical instruments. So I feel that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody, again, very creative, very talented. They can be a musician, or they love music in general, or they may also play musical instruments, okay? But yeah, they're all about balance. They're all about peace and harmony, okay? Let's pull up more. Oh my gosh. What did I tell you when I saw this card? Crazy, right? So look at that, student. They love to learn. Exactamundo. So your future spouse, you would be viewing them as somebody who is so eager to learn a lot of things. You know, they're very curious. They're also very humble. Okay. And again, they're very much devoted to learning. Some of them, they may be a teacher. Okay. That's also what I'm getting. But yeah, no wonder you got the Page of Swords. Something around knowledge and wisdom or learning new things. All right, let's try to pull it more. How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Mature woman. Okay, you can just switch genders. It's not gender specific, actually. Okay, all genders are welcome in my pick a card readings. So you would be viewing them as a mature person. Let's just put it that way. Okay, whether they're male or female or what. So, yeah, they're actually mature for their age. It can be if they're still young. Okay, some of you, they may be older, but they look youthful. That's also what I heard from Spirit. That's how you would be viewing your future spouse. So 2 messages there. They're really mature people, or even though they're actually older in age, maybe even older than you, they have this very youthful appearance. And again, with this image over here, I could really sense how attractive as well your future spouse is. Because I heard that earlier. They are very, charismatic as well. I feel that both of you attract a lot of attention. Because that's what I heard. Especially when I saw the 9 of Swords. Let me go back. Because Spirit was really highlighting that. There's a lot of eyes. So a lot of people are watching you guys or interested in you as well as this future spouse. Maybe somebody's actually, working in a type of career where you're serving a lot of people. Could be somebody's a social media influencer even. I'm also hearing that. Or a public figure. Yeah. Then he got let go. So this future spouse of yours, you would be viewing them as somebody who doesn't dwell in the past. All right, they're always ready to embrace new beginnings, changes, okay? They're very transformative with the image of the butterfly. What else? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? See, I knew it. I knew it. They don't dwell on the past. I tell you that, group number 2, they really don't like dwelling in the past. They always try to embrace a brand new beginning, okay? And I tell you as well, the Devil card in reverse, they're not really controlling. I don't think that this person, even though, yeah, there's jealousy, because again, I'm picking up the word jealousy, and I won't be surprised because Spirit is saying both of you are very charismatic or really attractive people, okay? So that's why there's a lot of eyes on you as well as on this future spouse. So the one thing that you guys really needed to look into, it's jealousy. So yes, maybe, sometimes it can be an issue for the both of you, but I don't think that it would result to you guys separating because of that, or somebody's going to be cheating. I'm not really seeing that, and you know me, I'll give it to you straight. But I also heard, based on these 2 cards, that this person, they really had a rough past or some emotional wounds from the past, which is why they can be a little bit, suspicious. Because I'm hearing the word suspicious. There's something about trust. I tell you, this person, your future spouse, they were betrayed before. Either they were cheated on or what. So they're really going to be so vigilant. Okay? But I don't think that for some of you, they're really going to be dwelling in the past all the time. It's more of like they're cautious because of those experiences. Okay? So Capricorn, for some of you, that's just an additional confirmation maybe. Let's try to pull up more. Ooh, fertility again, creativity. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I tell you, group number 2, your future spouse is highly creative. Very, very creative. Okay. They're very talented. And at the same time, look at this. With this mother and child, they're also very nurturing, very caring or loving. Even if this is a guy, they're actually, in touch with their feminine energy by being so nurturing and loving. And I feel that for some of you, especially with the image of the baby over here, I'll be very honest. For some of you guys, maybe this person is somebody who doesn't like to show much emotions as well, which is interesting. It's the opposite for group number 1. I feel that this person, is somebody who tries to hide their feelings. So when they're hurt, they try to hide it. There's something about them not, really good in being vulnerable. Okay, for a lot of you. That's also what I heard. What else, Spirit? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Okay, consciousness of lack, but I actually heard a different message earlier. Because at the very beginning, you got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is also lack consciousness, okay, or poverty consciousness. So I'm not really picking up that they're really going to be embracing this consciousness of lack, that they're really going to be putting more of their focus on what's lacking. But what I specifically heard from Spirit, especially right beside it, you got the Devil card. I feel that your future spouse is somebody who's kind of like obsessed, because Devil can talk about obsession. They may be obsessed in growing their money. There's something about like they feel as if that they don't really want to lose money. So they're really going to be so hardworking people. I really got that. Like they're always, fixated in increasing their finances. So they can be workaholics, or they're very particular with financial security. All right. That's what I'm getting for some of you. But for a lot of you, I feel that this person is not somebody who's putting their focus on what's missing. Except on that one side, maybe, around finances. Okay? I won't be surprised if this person has Capricorn, really. Okay? Because Capricorn people are actually really, really into security. Okay? Like any other earth signs. They're all about financial stability. Okay? Work, work, work all the time. So I feel that's how you would be viewing as well your future husband or wife. They may be workaholics, all right? And they really needed to learn how to, again, to rest. I also heard that too. Also, I just noticed there's a guy and there's books again. So for some of you, you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody's really well educated. Again, they're really passionate in learning new things, maybe, exciting things. Yeah. They're very, very either studious or very intelligent or smart. And also, with this Devil card over here, I also heard from Spirit that, they can be, somebody who is in the leadership position. Yeah, there's something about being an authority figure. So I'm hearing that. They can be a boss or something. Also, I'm getting here too, again, with the image of the baby and the Devil card in reverse. They're really having a hard time, being vulnerable, because they really try to resist or try to keep some things to themselves, especially with the image of the heart here, and it's actually stone-shaped heart. So yeah, there's something about vulnerability for some of you, okay, that this person's not really good. Or not wanting to show emotions or be vulnerable. Okay, what else? Ooh, cards are flying out. Hold up. Let me get that. What is this? Corset. Yeah, see, restriction. Crazy, because you got the Devil card, which is also talking about restriction. But let's pull up 2 more before we actually discuss this. Train. Okay. And then ostrich. Gosh, heavy ear. And at the very start of the reading, right, there's a lot of air signs. And now we're seeing here all air signs are present. My gosh, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Wow. So for some of you, your future spouse may have those signs really, heavily in their chart somewhere. But like what I said with this corset, they can be very strict, very disciplined. So I'm getting, a strong Capricorn really. Very strict, an authority figure or authoritative, very very, disciplined. They're all about structures, okay? That's how you be, viewing your future spouse. Um, they have a good posture as well, all right? There's something about posture. And I'm getting here as well that you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who is just really prim and proper, all right? They may have strong boundaries as well. And then with the train, I'm getting here, it says keep going forward. So like what I said earlier, this is my powerful confirmation. For some of you, this is a type of person who doesn't like to dwell in the past. They really wanted to keep on moving forward. I said that earlier, so this is my powerful confirmation. Some of them, they are the type of people who just tries to go with the flow as well, all right? They're really excited to learn new things as well, maybe your future spouse loves to travel. I also got that too, okay? Or they wanted to experience new things all the time, okay? And then with this ostrich trap, I'm getting here that your future spouse, you would be viewing them as somebody who can be a little bit evasive at times, all right? Or somebody who is, I'm hearing from spirit that they could be just, I don't know, I heard the word stubborn really. So maybe, when they're actually fixated towards something, that's it. It's hard to change this person's mind. But, versus being open-minded and being flexible. So I'm getting that very strongly for some of you. But I'm hearing too with this ostrich trap, you would be viewing your future husband or future wife as somebody, who has a tendency not to face things, not necessarily escapism, but I'm getting that, they also try to avoid anything that would just cause conflict, especially with a Libra, because they're very peace-loving people. Remember, you got the harmony. So I also got that for others of you. So only take what applies, because I'm just going to be delivering everything that I'm hearing. Okay, some of it are not so good, but let's just be realistic here. All right. So let's pull it more. What else, Spirit? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Ooh, you got summer solstice. Let go of control. Exactly. They really don't like, no wonder you got the devil card in reverse. Because in upright, that's talking about control, right? So for a lot of you, your future spouse, you would be viewing them as somebody who doesn't like to control things. They're not controlling. They're actually the type of people who likes to go with the flow as well. Wow. That is a powerful confirmation, because you got that with the train card. And they know how to celebrate life, all right? Or they live life to the fullest is what I'm hearing from spirit. Some of you may be meeting your future spouse, or you may have met them, if you already know who this is, during summer, okay? But let's see. They love to have fun. Some of them, they like to travel. I keep on hearing that. There's something about places. This person loves to travel. They like nature so much. For some of you, this can be a clue. They can be, living in a cold country. I also heard Norway and Finland for some of you. Not for all of you, okay? Empress, wow, they're very abundant, see? They're really, really abundant people. Just interesting, because you chose Citrine, like what I said. So they're really, financially stable. That's how you would be viewing your future spouse. Empress is also about creativity. So that kept on repeating for group number 2. I tell you, your future spouse is somebody who is very, very creative, abundant, okay, because of their many talents. They may be also into art, all right? They're also very attractive, because Empress is the queen of all queens. Now, even if this is a guy, they're really attractive. They may be strongly in touch with their feminine side, meaning they're actually really nurturing. They're very loving as well. They're very sensual. Wow. All right, what else? Lovers. Oh my gosh. Wow. So you guys are counterparts, group number 2. Okay. You would be viewing your future spouse as, yeah, this is my divine counterpart. This is my person, you know, my forever person. That's how you would be viewing them, or this is, you know, what you want to happen as well. You could really feel how strong or powerful this connection is. There's a lot of openness in your connection, or this person too, except for some other things, because some of them, they're not really the type who likes to be vulnerable. I'll be very honest. And again, the keyword harmony, crazy. You keep on getting the keyword harmony. I tell you, this person may have Libra in their chart, because they're all about harmony. They don't like drama, okay, or starting a fight or something. So yeah, very beautiful. In terms of signs, we have here Gemini, Libra, and Taurus. Okay, what else, Spirit? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Okay, they were rejected before, I feel. Okay, maybe that's why they're very cautious. So maybe the journey towards being with this person can be a bit challenging. I'm hearing that right now from Spirit, because some of you already know who this is. Yeah, I'm hearing that strongly right now. The journey before you guys are going to get married, or even becoming a, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend, it can be a bit challenging at first, because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. And that was because this person, you know, had a traumatic past. They have a lot of fear, which now makes sense why I got the 9 of Swords as the overall energy earlier. So that's the downside to this person. They're kind of like wrapped up in fear. All right. And that was because of their past experiences. Some of them, they're afraid of rejection. You may notice that this person is nervous, or may overthink a lot, or be anxious, or I'm hearing from Spirit that they're kind of like a little bit paranoid even. Again, because of some traumatic experiences, whether you're already aware of that or not. Okay. Let's see, what else? And again, with the withdrawal, I really feel what I heard is that they withdraw from anything that is just really dramatic. They don't like gossips. They don't like anything that stirs up conflict, because they promote peace and harmony. How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Yeah, very playful. That's how you would be viewing them. They have this very childlike, youthful energy about them that you would love, okay? Or both of you are like kids, teasing each other, flirting with each other. So yeah, that was so strong. Very playful. Let's try to pull it more. What else, Spirit? And they're fun. They're fun to be around with, okay? So I'm getting several energies here. For some of you, I'm getting air, all right? Others of you, I'm getting a fiery energy. So maybe for some of you, this person, I keep on hearing Aries, really. So yeah. And yeah, this person is just really, you know, I keep on hearing, I'm down to it. Somebody's saying that. I'm down to it. I'm also getting somebody who has a strong Sagittarius energy. Like, you know, like, hey, let's give it a shot. You know, I'm getting that strong enthusiasm for some of you. Always remember, this is a general reading. So for instance, not everybody or not all of you guys are going to be marrying a person who's quiet, you know, because it's a general reading. So I'm getting a mixture of energies for group number 2. Only take what applies, all right? And then you got the affirmation. So this person, I feel that, yeah, they would be really good in telling you how attractive you are, how beautiful you are. But I'll be very honest, for some of you, I'm not getting that. I'm getting that this person is not somebody who is good in expressing their emotions. So only take what applies, just like what I said, right? Not everybody is going to be resonating that their future spouse is somebody who is expressive, let's just say, all right? Because there's few of you in which I'm hearing from Spirit, they're actually not wanting to be vulnerable. Others of you, this person's love language is affirmation, or they love it as well when you try to tell them even, you know, how good they are, or you try to shower them with a lot of, you know, loving words. So that's how you would be viewing them as well. This can also be you. You know, you love to affirm your future spouse with such loving words, and that's how you view them, that they love it, all right, that they like it. Oh, that's a lot of card. Okay, just one, Spirit. Okay. What is this? Self-respect. Okay. So this is how you would be viewing your future spouse. They respect themselves. Okay. They don't settle for less. They know their value. They know their worth. How beautiful is that? All right, let's pull up more. Honesty. Now, that's interesting. It came out in reverse, right? I'll explain. Because naturally, they're very, very honest people, okay? They're even blunt. I said that at the very start. And especially with the swords, they're actually really, you know, the type who value integrity and honesty. But why is it that it came out in reverse, right? So for some of you, what I'm hearing from Spirit, it's not to say that they're deceptive or they're not being honest with you. Because some of you guys, they're not really, you know, the type who likes to be vulnerable. So they do have the tendency to keep some things to themselves. Okay? So only take what applies. Let's try to pull it more. How will you view your future spouse, group number 2? I love that the energy is totally different from group number 1. I love that. Yeah, very beautiful. Okay. Yeah, they're confident. Now, that's crazy because she's also wearing a yellow dress. And now you got solar plexus chakra, yellow. And I said that at the very start, that they're actually also naturally confident. With the third eye chakra, I'm getting here that this future spouse of yours is somebody who is also, you know, the type who can see things as well from a different perspective, okay? Or a different, you know, lens, or they're open to that. I'm getting that very strongly too. But yeah, they're naturally confident people. Let's pull it more. Yin Yang, wow. Oh my gosh. Well, we've seen that earlier, right? That for a lot of you, you are going to be marrying your soulmate, okay? Or divine counterpart. So you may be opposite in some ways, but again, you are going to be complementing each other, all right? With a yin yang over here. So yeah, for a lot of you, there's balance. And again, I said that they really wanted to promote balance, peace, and harmony because they really dislike anything that stirs up conflict, all right? So that was so strong. What else, Spirit? How will group number 2 view their future husband or wife? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Now it makes sense why you got the self-respect card. Because look at this. You got the Royal You. And the Royal You is also talking about a person who, not necessarily who demands respect. Respect is earned. And I feel that this person gains and earns a lot of respect from people because they respect themselves. I tell you that the word respect is so strong for your future spouse. That's how you'll be viewing them. They really don't settle for less. They know their value. They may be a leader, really, because that's what I got earlier, especially with a crown here. So yeah, this person is a natural leader. They can be a boss for some of you. Yeah, they have this very boss-like energy. Not bossy, okay? But boss-like energy because of their strength, because of their disciplined nature, and because of their independence is what I'm hearing from Spirit. So yeah, this person is a high-valued man or woman. That's how you would be viewing them. No wonder you have decided to marry this person because we're talking about your future spouse, right? So yeah, this is what you would be liking about them as well, how much they respect themselves. I love that. All right, let's try to pull it more. How will you be viewing your future spouse, group number 2? And he chose number 2. I noticed you keep on getting the number 2. So that can be very significant, okay? What else? Oh, purity. Again, perspective. I said that with a third eye. Yeah, right? Look at this image of the purity card. It shows a wolf, okay? And the eye color is different, right? So there's really something about perspective. This is a person who's open to see things from different angles, all right? Or to see things from a different lens. And I'm getting here as well that with this image of the purity card, I'm getting that this person is somebody's very, very smart, like what I told you guys. Very smart. They're great observers because, again, with the fox or the wolf, they like to observe, right? They like to, remain patient and very careful before they can attack their prey. So that's the energy I'm getting from your future spouse. They're very smart, really, And at the same time, with the image of the snow, I said that earlier. For some of you, this person may be from a cold country. I even heard Finland or Norway earlier. So not all of you are going to be resonating with that, of course. It's like not all of you are going to be marrying a person from those countries. So yeah, but I'm getting they can be coming from a cold country, or they may appear cold because, like what I said, especially with the image of the snow, like the snow is kind of like covering up what's underneath, right? The ground. So again, there's really something about not wanting to appear vulnerable. That's why they may appear a bit detached. And what I heard from Spirit, it's because of their pain or pastful experiences. They learned how to be really, be careful. Very cautious or vigilant. They may be also a lone wolf, because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit right now when I saw this wolf. So maybe they only have very few friends. They can be a loner, all right? Well, one thing is for sure, they're highly independent, self-reliant. That's how you would be viewing your future spouse. All right, what else? Oh, interesting. Now I heard Fiji. Fiji. I believe that's a place, or yeah, I'm not sure. I just heard that right now, Fiji. So yeah. I noticed for group number 2, there's a lot of countries that I'm channeling. Yeah, because for group number 1, there's a lot of names. For group number 2, I noticed there's a lot of countries that I'm channeling. So maybe for some of you, this person is living at a distance from you, or from a different culture even. Yeah, who knows? But anyway, got round and round. So with the round and round, what I'm actually hearing from Spirit is that this person is somebody who really doesn't like, routines. That's what I heard. They really do not like routines. They always wanted to learn new things. We've seen that earlier with the student card. They're very free-spirited. So they don't want to be stuck with the same old cycle. They always wanted to try out new things. They wanted to explore, right? They wanted to grow. That's what I'm picking up from this person. And we've seen that as well, I believe. What was that card? Let go, right? They always wanted to embrace new cycles or new beginnings. So yeah. Okay, what's next? Let's try this deck. What else, Spirit? How will group number 2 view their future spouse? I tell you, for a lot of you who chose this pile, your future husband or wife is so freaking smart. I tell you that, really highly intellectual. Gosh. You saw me shuffle, right? You saw me shuffle. I cannot make this up, as always. Look at this. Preferring to be alone, avoiding attachment. Are you kidding me? Because when I saw this wolf, Spirit is saying, can you say lone wolf? Can you say, one of my guides are saying, can you say lone wolf? I was like, okay. So yeah, it's a wolf. I was like, so there you go. Preferring to be alone. They may be a loner. I even said that, right? Or they may have very few friends. And I feel it's because of they have a lot of traumatic experiences with people in general. I tell you, this person was really deeply hurt. Remember the 3 of Swords? But it came out in reverse. I feel that they've healed from it, okay? It's not to say that they're still carrying baggages for a lot of you. But because of those painful experiences, it left a scar. It left a mark. And I feel because of those experiences, they really wanted to be cautious moving forward. For some of you, maybe at first, they're the type who doesn't like, attachments, or because they're very free-spirited, they don't like clingy or needy people as well. So yeah, that's how you would be viewing your future spouse. I won't be surprised if this person has Sag, Aquarius, in their chart. I really got that. Yeah, all the nagging shoulds in life. So for some of you, this is what you wouldn't like maybe. That your future spouse has a tendency as well to kind of like be living in, or I should have done this. I should have done that. They may be also blaming themselves, Yeah. Oh, okay. So your future spouse is somebody who's well respected. I tell you that. I feel that this person, you'll be viewing them as somebody who's well respected in the community by their peers or coworkers. All right. Yeah, a lot of people really is seeing your future spouse as somebody special. Their favorite person is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I feel that this person gets a lot of, not only attention, but also really good things from other people, whether they can actually, get favors from other people. Yeah, for some reason, because they're very charismatic. That's what I got. Yeah, they like to review things. My gosh. They like to review things carefully. And then, something completely out of one's control, something spoiled. I feel this is connected to this. So if things got messed up or they screwed up, they do have the tendency, though, to, blame themselves so much or to be so hard on themselves. Like, I should have done this. I shouldn't have said those things, They can be like that. That's how you would be viewing them. Oh my gosh. This person, based on the cards, is somebody who's just really smart, really. They're very calculating. They really like to observe, examine, reassess everything, examine and analyze. I keep on getting that. My gosh. Yeah. They also do not want to skip steps. If they have to go through it in a really long period of time or a long route, it's okay with them. All right, because they don't want to skip the steps in achieving whatever particular goal that they have. All right, so yeah, they're very patient, in other words, too. So let's pull up more clues. Let's try this one. How will you view your future spouse, group number 2? See, you got trust in reverse. Although they're trustworthy, that's what I'm getting. You're very trustworthy. But what I specifically heard from Spirit, right? Go back to what I said, especially when I saw the 3 of Swords, that they have trust issues. I said that earlier. They have trust issues. They're very cautious or vigilant. But they're gentle souls, all right? I feel that this person is so kind that they were abused by a lot of predators. And that's why you may actually view them as somebody who's kind of like, cold. Because they're defensive. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They need to protect themselves because they face a lot of predators in their life. But naturally, they're very kind. They're very, very gentle, just like this deer. And then you got transition. So again, there's something about movement forward, They don't have any trouble in moving on because they don't like cycles. Being stuck in a cycle rather, or, doing routinary things. Yeah, they don't like routines, rather. They always wanted to, kind of like challenge themselves to do something better or something else. Yeah, this is part of your soul tribe. My gosh. Yeah, this is a sacred connection, group number 2. And again, with a butterfly, you keep on getting butterflies, group number 2. So maybe that can be significant, which is all about rebirth, all about growth or change. So for some of you, that's how you would be viewing your future spouse. They are very flexible. They really wanted to embrace change. But I tell you, you and your future spouse are, really strongly connected to each other, even from several lifetimes. For some of you, again, there's really a lot of culture for group number 2. Yeah, because I heard a lot of countries. For some of you, there's somebody from Japan. Okay, not for all of you though. But yeah, something around cultures again. So let's pull up more. What else? How will you be viewing your future spouse, group number 2? Yeah, they try to take their time. They don't want to rush things. And it says cycles and takes time. Are you freaking kidding me? I was talking about cycles earlier, right? So yeah, I feel that this person, they're very patient. They don't want to rush things. Even when it comes to, yeah, love even, because they were hurt before, like what I told you. I feel as well that when it comes to healing, or if there are things that you may not like about your future spouse, because nobody's perfect anyway, you know? We're all flawed human beings. Nobody's perfect. So for the things that you feel that you're hoping that this person, you know, should work out on or improve, yeah, it's a work in progress. It would take a while. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. But they're very patient. That's what I got. They're really, really patient people. Okay, what else? The universe is guiding you to that special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. So yeah, just trust. Whether you already know who this is, okay, because we're talking about your future spouse, but just trust that universe is leading you to this special person that we're talking about, all right? And just go with the flow. That's the advice as well for group number 2, regardless whether you know them already or not. Now that is crazy. There's a lot of images, or at least it happened twice in a row now, where Spirit is highlighting something about Northern Lights. So maybe this person is, yeah, somebody from that country where there's Northern Lights, or both of you love, you know, seeing that. Maybe both of you like to travel and see the Northern Lights. I keep on getting that very strongly. Intuition. There is someone pursuing you, but due to certain factors, you're hesitant to make a decision. Trust your instincts. So I would just be reading this as your future spouse is also intuitive. Okay. For others of you, maybe you already know who this is. So Spirit is actually saying, trust your instincts, or that your intuition is on point, is correct. That it's describing the person that you already know. Alrighty. Now, let's get some clues about this person. At least 3 cards. They think you want someone else. So this is something that you needed to know about your future spouse. Or prior to marriage, or being together as husband and wife, you know? Because some of you may already know who this is. So they think that maybe you want something else, or someone else rather, right? Because maybe you have options too, group number 2. Okay? And then you got, they are thirsting over you. Oh my gosh. Your future spouse, they have a lot of desire for you. Physically as well, you know? They have a lot of desire. Let's get one more. Oops, a lot of cards. Just one more, Spirit. Okay, we'll get this one that flipped. What is this? They're tired of running away from feelings. Oh my gosh, twin flame-ish for some of you. So yeah, know that they're already tired of running away from feelings. Or even if you haven't met this person, that's it. Because they're very cautious, right? They don't want to appear vulnerable. I said that earlier. So yeah, you could be dealing with a runner if you already know what this is. But eventually, they will get tired of running away from their feelings. And they're just really going to be learning how to embrace those feelings. That's why there's a lot of, you know, clues around change, around rebirth. So maybe the journey, like what I said earlier, towards, you know, being with your future spouse, I'll be very blunt. It's not going to be a walk in the park, you know. Even, you know, before you become girlfriends and boyfriends. Because that's what I'm hearing. Because there's going to be a runner and chaser here, all right? So, yeah. So, let's get 6 cards. And let's ask more, clues as to how you will be viewing your future spouse, group number 2, before we end this reading. How will group number 2 view their future spouse? Ooh, okay, let's get that one. Shy for some of you. Your future spouse, you would be viewing them as somewhat shy. Witty, yeah, because they're so smart. My gosh, a lot of air signs as well, right? So yeah, I won't be surprised. They're also very supportive. That's how you will be viewing them. Let's get 3 more cards. Ooh, what is this? Hold up, you guys. The card fell on the floor. Ooh, what is this? Healing. Okay, so yeah. Well, that's crazy, you guys, because you got that too. Time to heal and then healing. So I'm hearing 2 messages. I feel that it's a work in progress. Maybe you need to be patient with this person or some of the things that they are still healing from. It would take a while. But for some of you, they may also have, healing energy about them. Because again, this is a collective reading. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards. Ooh, what is this? Open-minded, yeah. But for some of you, I heard the opposite. I heard that this person is somebody when they're fixated towards a belief or what, it's hard to change this person's mind, I'm getting that. So, but for others of you, because again, this is a collective reading, they are open-minded, okay? They're flexible. Woo! We'll just get this one that flipped. And it says animal lover. So they love animals. There you go. Those are just additional clues about how you would be viewing your future spouse or your future husband or future wife. Very beautiful reading. I love that it's so unique from the first group. So yeah, that's it. Group number 2. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. And yes, I'll be seeing you next week. Love and light, everyone. Bye-bye. Last but not the least, group number 3, it's your turn. So if we chose this really beautiful golden titanium quartz, then this is your reading. Let's go ahead and ask Spirit, how will you view your future spouse? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective we chose, group number 3. How will group number 3 view their future spouse? Okay, you got the Hermit. Nine of Wands. 6 of Swords. King of Cups. Five of Pentacles. And you got the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, you have 2 of Wands. Okay. Very interesting. So let's begin first with signs, because some of you might resonate with the signs. If not, it can just be the energies, all right? So I'm seeing here water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Either you have that somewhere in your chart or your future spouse. I'm also seeing here fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then I'm also seeing here Virgo and Taurus, if it's actually Earth. All right, so group number 3, how will you view your future spouse? Right off the bat, I could really pick up that your future spouse has been through a lot in life or has gone through a lot. And I mean a lot in life for some of you, all right? Some of them, they're actually traumatized, all right? by a very, very traumatic experience or heavy past. I keep on hearing that. Getting here as well that because of what has happened to them in their past, this change something within this person, you know, change a lot of things, especially when it comes to their feelings. I feel that your future spouse is somebody who is a bit guarded. Okay, I really got that. You may view your future spouse who can be a little bit guarded. They can also be a little bit sensitive, all right? And that was because of the traumas, the emotional wounds, because especially got the Nine of Wands over here. Somebody's wounded, okay, from their past. But I'm hearing as well from Spirit that for some of you, it's not to say that they're also going to be carrying all of their baggages or wounds from the past into the connection, but I feel that you would notice that they're really going to be super cautious as well, or very guarded, okay, or careful. And again, it's because of what they've gone through. So I tell you, group number 3, one of the piles got this. I feel that was the previous pile, all right? So if you're also drawn to group number 2, feel free to check that out because I'm really sensing the similarity here. But yeah, going back, group number 3, I'm getting here that what I can actually also say here is that this person, they have grown, you know, for sure. They have grown from their heavy past. It has made them wise, all right? But sometimes they also needed to guard themselves because of they needed to defend or to protect themselves. That was so strong here. But it's not to say that they're still carrying it, okay? But you would notice that they're really going to be so careful, so cautious, and protective of themselves. I'm getting here too that your future spouse, how you will be viewing them, they may be, you know, very private people, because I also got that. They may also have very few friends. I'm getting a loner energy for some of you, because again, group number 2 got that, all right? So I won't be surprised if some of you came from group number 2, or if you were drawn to group number 2 and you're resonating, especially if you already know what this is, go ahead and check that out, okay? Because I'm getting that too, that this person is somewhat of a loner. They may have very few friends. They don't really kind of like try to, invite a lot of people into their circle. They're very selective. They're very cautious and selective of the people that they deal with, right? Or there are only a very, very few people who really know some intimate details about them. Because there's really something about betrayal as well. I also got that with this person. They were betrayed. They're naturally really nice people. I tell you that. Group number 3, your future spouse is somebody who's very kind and caring. But unfortunately, they actually experience a lot of abuse. All right? That's what I heard. And because of that, because I'm drawn to the image of the rose, and it has thorns. So yeah, they're delicate. They're very gentle. They're very loving. But watch out. It has thorns. And that was because of they were also hurt before. Okay? So there's also something about sensitive. And to see the King of Cups over here, yeah, because water signs are very, you know, sensitive or deeply sensitive. So I won't be surprised if this person has water in their chart. Also, I'm getting here as well that for some of you, your future spouse was somebody who was even kind of like, abandoned. Whether, you know, growing up as a kid, they were abandoned. And because of that, they learned how to stand on their own feet. So I keep on hearing the word independence. Okay? They're not afraid to be alone, especially with the 5 of Pentacles over here. They've learned how to do things on their own even. Support themselves even, is what I'm hearing. Wow. And then I'm hearing as well, especially with the Hierophant and the Hermit card, my gosh, this person is just so wise. You know, they're wise. And that was because of, again, their past experiences. It has taught them so many valuable lessons. They have grown from those experiences. And that's why I said I don't think that they would be carrying that into the connection with you when you guys are already, husband and wife. No. But it's describing what happened to this person. And be mindful as well that they could be a little bit guarded still. And that's because of they needed to protect themselves. Because I'm hearing from spirit that this person, I even heard, in the past, they're very gullible, or they may have given their trust lightly to others because they have this very innocent energy about them. But unfortunately, they dealt with so many predators. Okay. I'm also hearing wounded healer. So this person is a wounded healer for some of you. They can also be very, very spiritual, because I'm getting a spiritual energy here, a very wise, spiritual, enlightened person, or somebody who's really very much religious. Because again, in the traditional tarot, the Hierophant is a priest, it shows an image of a priest, a leader. Oh, and for some of you, maybe, this person can be, an authority figure, all right? Or a teacher. Okay, I'm getting that because they have a lot of wisdom about them. And again, with the King of Cups, they have the tendency to kind of like hide their feelings. Yeah. They're emotionally mature, but they also have the tendency to hide their feelings, again, to protect themselves. Lastly, I noticed there's a lot of ships. There's also a lot of cards around travel. All right. So, not for all of you, but maybe your future spouse is from a different, culture, or they're living at a distance again. Because you got Six of Swords, overseas travel too. And you got the, image of the globe here. So I won't be surprised if, some of you might marry, somebody from a different culture. Okay. Not all of you. But yeah, they love to plan things, and they carefully, plan, things or even decisions before taking action. That's what I got. They really don't want to make hasty decisions, is also what I picked up. They're also going to be so protective of you. So I feel that's how you would be viewing your future spouse as well, group number 3. That they're very, very, protective and caring. Okay, so let's move on to the next set of cards. All right, what else? How will group number 3 view their future spouse? Okay, what is this? Elixir of life. All right, let's go to page 15. It says here, healing. Oh my gosh, I just said wounded healer, right? And I noticed there's a lot of roses. Yeah, so rose can be very significant for you and your future spouse, or the connection. It is a healing connection because roses is also related to healing. And that's why it says here, elixir of life, and says healing, consolidation, reinvigoration, truth. A woman is leaning towards a deep red rose. She faces the flower with her eyes closed, concentrating on the lush bloom. She is receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. The wind rustles her hair, whispering the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can still help our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. See? I feel really group number 3, this person has been through a lot. Okay? I could also sense that they are very sensitive souls. For some of you, they can also be an empath, right? Both of you, if you're an empath, maybe this person is also an empath. I just heard that right now. They may also have a very healing energy about them. They're great listeners. That's how you would be viewing this person. Yeah, they could feel things, even though you're not going to be telling them. They could feel it. That's why I heard empath. So for some of you, this person is also very empathic, or they're just basically sensitive to your emotions too. Okay, very interesting. Let's pull it more. How would you view your future spouse, group number 3? Oh, wow. Unconditional. Give unconditional love without the expectation of return. So see, I'm getting, honestly, group number 3, that your future spouse is a kind person. I really heard that from Spirit. You know, they're very kind and loving. They used to give their trust lightly to others, all right? Because, again, they give benefit of the doubt. They always wanted to help. I'm really picking up an empathic person. Now, if you're saying, hey, it's describing me, hey, maybe both of you are the same, right? You're mirroring each other as well. But yeah, I tell you, group number 3, for some of you, this person is capable of giving unconditional love, all right? And as well as I'm hearing from Spirit that this connection is also going to be teaching you both the lessons of unconditional love. But for a lot of you, it's them, you know? This is a type of person who likes to help, who likes to be of service. Remember, you got the Hierophant, so they're very well respected in the community, okay? They like to be of service. They like to help people, and they don't expect anything in return as well, all right? What else? Knight. They're also very romantic. They're deeply devoted. They're loyal. So that's how you would be viewing your future spouse. Wow, that's beautiful. Because again, they were cheated. They were betrayed. They actually went through a lot in life. They have a lot of scars. That's what I heard. And so when it comes to the subject of loyalty, of course, group number 3, your person or your future spouse, you know, dealt with betrayal. So they know the feeling of being betrayed. And because of that, I tell you, once they, you know who it is that they wanted to spend the rest of their life with, they're really going to be the most devoted and loyal person. Okay? So yeah, that's what I'm getting with the Knight card. Let's try to pull up more. How will you view your future spouse, group number 3? Yeah, you got obstacles. So yeah, they went through a lot. I tell you that, group number 3. Then you got gambling, okay? And then you have moving on, all right? So I'm not really specifically hearing that this person may be a gambler, all right? But who knows? This is a general reading. And we're going to give it to you, you know, everything, not just the good ones, but also the not so good ones, because let's just be realistic. But maybe, who knows? Some of you may actually resonate that your future spouse may be addicted to gambling or any other, you know, form of addiction. Or they may be, you know, struggling when it comes to money because you got the 5 of Pentacles, right? But here's the thing. What I'm hearing from Spirit, there's something around risk, okay? Because for me, every time I see anything to do with gambling, it involves risk. Gambling is a game of chance. Always remember that. So I'm really picking up that your future spouse is somebody who's not afraid to take a risk or would be taking a leap of faith to overcome obstacles, whether it's also within your connection. And they would be successfully, you know, overcoming that because you got the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is talking about overcoming something really difficult, walking away from the storms of the past, okay? So yeah, there's something about overcoming something, whether it's their own negative behavior, all right, or any challenges or obstacles that they may have faced with in the past. And even when it comes to this connection with you. I'm hearing the name Harry. Yeah, Harry. So Harry. That was so strong. Wow. And again, 6 of Swords. For some of you, this person may also be, you know, at a distance from you. This is the second time you've gotten 6 of Swords. That's, again, talking about overseas travel Or maybe, you know, they love to travel a lot as well. Okay. Some of them, they may be also working, yeah, in a type of career or job that had something to do with ships. Yeah. So maybe a seafarer or working at a cruise, you know, ship. I don't know why I suddenly got that. Not for all of you though, but that was so strong. Okay, let's move on to the next set of cards. What else? Yeah, now this is nice. With the Adrift card in reverse, I tell you, your future spouse is somebody who's not going to be giving up on you. That's how you would be viewing them. Remember, there was a card around obstacles. So if this is talking about the connection and, you know, every relationship has challenges, right? Or there's no such thing as a super perfect relationship. You and your future spouse would be faced with challenges, okay, or some problems. But here's the good news or the good thing. Your future spouse is really going to be staying committed towards you. Remember, you got the knight archetype. So they're really devoted to you, very much committed. They're not the type that's just going to be filing for a divorce or asking you to, you know, to walk away from their life or to be separated from you after a few, you know, fights or after being husband and wife for like, what, 2 years? I feel that this future spouse of yours, how you would be viewing them is that they're really going to be fighting for this connection. They're ready to overcome any obstacle that both of you are going to be faced with. All right. And at the same time, they're that type of a person. They don't easily give up. They're very persistent. They're very determined. They're also the type, and this is how you would be viewing them, as somebody who doesn't want to control things. You know, they really just go with the flow. And they always surrender to the divine, you know. Yeah, that's what I heard. No wonder you got the Hierophant. So for some of you, this person has a strong connection with the divine, or they're also deeply religious. They always believe that there's a higher force who's helping them. Okay, so for the things that are beyond their control, they lift it up and raise it to the divine is what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh. What the freak? You keep on getting the word healing. So for a lot of you, like what I said earlier, you know, this person has a strong healing energy about them. They could be wounded healers. Remember I said that when I saw the Nine of Wands, right? So yeah, they're wounded healers. And they're also like a healing force towards others because they've been through a lot in life. I tell you that. They have a strong healing energy about them. Group number 3. I feel that both of you are going to be healing each other as well. Okay? So yeah, that was so beautiful. Let's try to pull it more. And again, if it's connected to what I just discussed earlier, they're not going to be giving up on you and walking away from you for any, you know, challenges within your marriage. They're willing to fight for it. They're willing to heal the connection. Okay? What else? How will group number 3 view their future spouse? Oh, group number 1 got this. So if you were also drawn to group number 1, you may want to check that out as well, because I'm getting a mixture of energies for group number 3. Some of it came from group 2. Yeah, so maybe somebody's been checking out all 3 piles as well, which is okay. All right. But if you were also drawn to group number 1, because they got this card, and I could also, you know, pick up something that is also related from group number 1's reading. So you and this future spouse of yours are very much connected towards each other. All right. Like a red thread. You know, I'm hearing that. I don't know if you've heard about the red thread of fate, how you guys are really, really connected towards each other, even through several lifetimes. Okay. So you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who's very magical. You know, they're mysterious. They have this mysterious vibe about them. I also heard from Spirit that for some of you, this person is somebody who is, yeah, not talkative. They're quiet. So yeah, I got that. They have this quiet, still energy about them. Okay. And again, with the image of the Pegasus, they're rare. They're very special. They're actually unique. And that's how you would be viewing them. And again, with the image of the owl, they're very wise. Because you got the Hermit at the very start of the reading. And the Hermit is an enlightened person, right? So yeah, there's something about enlightenment. There's something about wisdom, especially got the Hierophant. And we see here this owl again. You keep on getting a lot of owls. Because group number 1 got a lot of images of owls. So like what I said, if you were drawn to group 1, maybe you will get something extra from there. And also what I like about this person, and this is how you will be viewing them too, they always try to shift their focus on the positive. Okay, it's not toxic positivity. It's not to say that they're running away from reality or from problems, all right? They face it for sure. But they always try to release with a drift card. They release anything that they don't have any control of. And they put their focus on what is within their control, right? And they try their very best to shift their focus towards a positive view. So that's very mature of them. Also, your future spouse is somebody who would always make you feel that, yeah, they believe in you so much, you know? If you're highly psychic, by the way, because that's what I'm hearing right now. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Somebody who chose this pile, you are a psychic or a healer yourself, all right? I feel that your future spouse is somebody who's really going to be so much interested in your talents and your gifts as a psychic or a healer. Yeah, they are very curious. So they're really going to be accepting that part of you, all right? In fact, they're really going to be so proud of you because you have all of these amazing gifts or talents, all right? So yeah, I got that. So I'm hearing the word support. They're really going to be so supportive of you, okay? Let's try to pull up more. How will you be viewing your future spouse, group number 3? Biker. Now that's weird. I heard Careless Whisper. Oh my gosh, really now? What, George Michael? Wow. Classic. Okay, so yeah, interesting. I don't know why. That's weird. I didn't hear the song. I heard the title of the song. Spirit said Careless Whisper. And I was like, what, George Michael? So yeah, maybe somebody likes that song by George Michael, Careless Whisper. Or maybe this future spouse of yours. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe you may want to listen to the lyrics or check out the song meaning of that song that I just heard right now. Actually, I didn't hear the song, the title of the song. That's what I heard. Careless Whisper. Interesting. Wow. Anyway, you got the biker. You got the bedroom. Wow. And you got the urn. Okay. I even heard, not for all of you, but Spirit is saying the viewer likes that song or you played that song. Spirit is saying about synchronicity. What? Yeah, I heard from Spirit, they're saying somebody would resonate with that. Just say the title, Careless Whisper, and whoever that is, and they're saying is the viewer, would instantly say, okay, now I know who it is. Or that's for me. Okay, that's me. That's what I heard right now. Crazy. Wow, for group number 3, there's actually a lot of, messages too. So anyway, let's start off with a biker. Okay? Now that is crazy. It says here, lone wolf. What did I say earlier? Group number 3. That this person is a loner. You got the Hermit card. They are not afraid to be alone, or they can be a loner. They are highly independent. They may have lost a loved one at a very young age because you got the earn card, okay? And because of that, they have to support themselves. They have to do things, on their own, all right? This person is also very freedom loving. They can be a rebel too. And again, there's something about moving on, which is interesting because you got 6 of Swords twice. So I feel group number 3, this person doesn't have any trouble moving forward or moving on. They don't want to be stuck. Because again, they're freedom loving, they're free spirited. For some of you, especially with a biker, this person has that edgy side about them. They're cool, actually. Yeah, really cool. They may be feisty, Who knows? Maybe for some of you, this person loves bikes or motorcycle. Yeah, I'm getting that. They probably also like wearing black. And then you got the bedroom. How will you be viewing your future spouse? Group number 3. I'll be very honest with you. Out of all the 3 groups, I got a lot of sexual energy for group number 3. Yeah. So when it comes to the bedroom, whoa, group number 3. You would be viewing your future spouse as somebody super skilled. So there's sexual fulfillment. I tell you that, okay? The intimacy, the passion, whoa, it's mind-blowing is what I'm hearing from Spirit. The pleasure. Gosh, I tell you, group number 3, they're highly skilled. That's what I'm hearing in the bedroom, okay? And both of you, that's what I'm hearing. Both of you are just really going to be enjoying the SCX. Okay, let me give it to you straight. I'm going to be blunt. But I have to be careful because, YouTube. But yeah. So when it comes to the bedroom, both of you are going to be satisfied. And on top of that, this person, again, doesn't have any trouble having their alone time. Or they like their alone time. There's something about being alone. One, they were abandoned. I said that at the very start of the reading. So to see this earn card, and we'll get to that later on, I won't be surprised if this person was abandoned by a caregiver. Not necessarily that a person who's dear or close to them died. Okay, whether it's a parent or what that they're close to. But maybe they had to support themselves at a very young age. All right. Some of them, they were adopted. I'll be very honest. I'm hearing that right now. Okay. Yeah. But it's interesting because you keep on getting something about being a loner. You got the hermit, right? You got the lone wolf. And then you got alone time. So I tell you, group number 3, your future spouse, and this is how you would be viewing them. They're not afraid to be alone. Okay. In fact, they're very freedom loving or free spirited. I won't be surprised as well if they've actually, been single for a very long time. Because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're not really the type who's desperate for relationships. They enjoy being single. That's also what I got. For some of you, what I actually heard is that they lost their husband or wife. Okay? Yeah, I heard that. So for a very few of you, your future spouse is somebody who was married before, and yeah, their futures, rather their spouse before, or their previous spouse may have passed on. Not for all of you, but I heard that. Also, I'm getting here that, yeah, now this is interesting. I'm hearing this first message first from Spirit. I'm hearing that this person went through a lot, especially financially. Maybe they actually grew up, with not much food at the table, or, yeah, I'm hearing that, yeah, from rags to riches. I also heard that. Or somebody, yeah, who is not financially wealthy. Okay. That's what I got. So maybe that's why this person is somebody who's really hardworking, very, very hardworking too. And then I heard, again, not for all of you, but I heard something about, because I'm picking up spiritual energy or psychic energy. Somebody's watching this, pile number 3. whether both of you or one of you is doing astral travel, or I'm hearing kind of like remote viewing, or again, astral travel is so strong. And Spirit is actually saying that's how you guys are meeting. Okay? So I'm hearing both of you like are aware of this. I got this from other readings in the past. So I don't know who this for, but that is really strong. I keep on hearing it on my pick a card readings. And that's actually what I'm hearing right now too. So yeah, both of you are actually connecting through astral. And because you're separated, no wonder you got a lot of cards around being at a distance from each other. So that's a huge clue for someone out there. And you would know this is you, that you and this person are connecting through astral travel or remote viewing or what. Yeah, out of body. And you're meeting, okay? You're meeting because there's separation. You're not, living in the same country or in the same state or what. Definitely this person's at a distance from you because that's so strong. I heard that right now for someone out there. So yeah. I'm getting here strong Libra, Scorpio, and Cancer as additional signs. Let's pull up more. How will you view your future spouse? Group number 3. Oh my gosh, what is this? Cards are flying out. Let me just pull this up. Oh, Page of Wands. Okay, now it makes sense why they're free-spirited. Okay, so yeah, you got the Page of Wands. We'll get to that later on. 2 of Swords. High Priestess. Wow, they're highly intuitive. Oh my gosh, no wonder the 2 of Swords is in reverse. Okay. So let's start off with the Page of Wands. They may have fire in their chart as well. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or it's just the energy, because the Page of Wands is somebody who's free-spirited. They always wanted to learn. They're a free thinker. They love to explore. They love to come up with exciting plans, all right? They're very creative. They love to travel. So, well, that's probably also the reason why, you know, there's a lot of travel cards. If you're not resonating with it's a person who's living at a distance from you, then this can just describe your future spouse. You would be viewing them as somebody who likes to travel a lot, all right? They may have this very youthful, childlike energy about them, all right? They're fun to be around with. They're very charismatic as well. And they may be into music. Now, that is interesting. Maybe that's why out of all the 3 groups, though, I heard the title of a song, not the song itself. Like, I didn't hear a song. I heard the title. And I specifically heard Careless Whisper, which is interesting. That's George Michael. So, yeah. And now there's a person holding a saxophone. And the Careless Whisper song, all right, if you listen to it, yeah, one of the musical instruments from that song, it's saxophone. That's why it's a sexy song. So either, oh my gosh, this is interesting, Spirit. Very powerful synchronicity. So one, either this person is very, sexy. I'm getting that. That's how you would be viewing your future spouse. Because again, saxophone is actually related to, something related to sexy, you know, somewhat sexy. Or erotic, all right? I'm getting that. So I feel that that's how you'll be viewing your future spouse. There's also something about seduction, a temptress. I'm really picking that up right now. Yeah. So I tell you, group number 3, go ahead and listen to that song, because there's something about saxophone, you know? Either they're also playing a musical instrument, not necessarily saxophone, but somebody may resonate with, yes, they know how to play the saxophone, especially if you already know what this is. But to put it in a general way, this person may be a musician or who loves music in general. Because, again, I channeled that song. Crazy. And with the saxophone, that's actually what made, Careless Whisper as well very famous because of its opening, or the intro music, the saxophone. Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, I tell you, group number 3, go ahead and listen to that. They may be wearing glasses, by the way, or somebody's wearing glasses. It can be you as well. And also with the 2 of Swords, this person is somebody who goes within. Yes, they're logical, but they're also listening to their intuition. Because remember, at the very start of the reading, they're also being represented as the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is somebody who's very intuitive. And now you got the High Priestess. So yeah, they're naturally intuitive, highly psychic for some of you. They have this sacred wisdom about them, which is interesting because you got the Hermit, the enlightened one, right? And the Hierophant. So there's something about sacred wisdom. I tell you, for some of you, your future spouse is somebody who's just really deeply spiritual, okay? They're well experienced. They have this inner knowing about them, okay? They love to dive deep or explore the mystery. And they're very, very mysterious as well, all right? So strong water signs as well for group number 3, especially Pisces and Scorpio. Yeah, which is interesting. So for group number 1, they got a lot of water signs there. If you're resonating with that, go ahead and check out that pile. Okay? All right, let's pull up more. How will you be viewing your future spouse, group number 3? Okay. Oh my gosh. Talk about psychic. Whoa. Because you got the High Priestess. Highly psychic, highly intuitive. But this is also a psychic connection. All right? I tell you, group number 3, you're very much connected to your future spouse, telepathically as well. All right? And it's a high-level type of connection, too. That's what I'm getting, especially with a High Priestess. And then you got the Hierophant and the Hermit, right? Both of you are, very spiritual for some of you. So how you will be viewing your future spouse is that you connect with them psychically, or that you can read each other's minds. Okay, they can read you, you can read them. Both of you are also mirroring each other. Yeah, worth waiting for. Oh my gosh, wow. So this is a connection that is being protected by the angels, by the divine, because it's a high level type of connection, group number 3. Wow. Wow. And again, with the angels. So I'm picking up that you would also be viewing your future spouse as somebody who has this angelic vibe about them for some of you. Okay. Yeah, because I heard earlier, they're really selfless. They're very, caring. They love to be of service to people. Okay. I even heard earlier that for some of you, your future spouse is also, kind of like an empath. And maybe both of you are, because again, I tell you, I'm again picking up this very strong message from Spirit that somebody's watching this reading, group 1 and group number 3 especially. Both of you are highly psychic. Both of you are light workers or empaths. That's what I heard. Okay? And you have a mission. So I tell you, go to group number 1, group number 3. You might, see something there. Right? I tell you that, especially if we're resonating with that message. But with this worth waiting for, you would be viewing your future spouse as, maybe you've been single for a long time as well yourself. All right? Or you may have experienced, several failures when it comes to the matters of the heart, but you would be viewing your future spouse as worth waiting for. Like, finally, this is the one that I'm really, really praying for, hoping for. That's what I'm hearing too. Okay, what else? So it's kind of like a dream come true as well for you, group number 3. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Should I be surprised? No way. Group number 3. Because I noticed out of all the 3 groups, I'll be very blunt, there's really, a lot of wow. Yeah, erotic energy, honestly, a lot of sensual, um, really passionate energy that I'm picking up for your pile though. Yeah, just beautiful. So like what I said, when it comes to the bedroom, both of you are just really going to be so satisfied. Yeah. I tell you, group number 3, your future spouse, you would be viewing them as an expert or highly skilled. Yeah. When it comes to, yeah, bedroom skills. All right. Or what I also heard from Spirit, both of you are just really going to be so physically intimate all the time. Like, yeah, the intimacy between the both of you is just so beautiful. Like you're always together. All right. You love doing things together. That's also what I heard. You may enjoy taking baths together all the time, relaxing. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of beautiful energies here that I'm picking up. I also heard like both of you, are just so much in love all the time. I don't know. I heard that. That's beautiful. Even though maybe you've been married or, you're actually a couple for like 30 years, you're always in love with each other. That's what I got. And there's really something about sensual, sensual energies. You may enjoy even, yeah, candle lights, because I'm drawn to that. Taking baths together, all right? So there's something about intimacy, really. I love this. Okay. I'm really picking up a strong Taurus energy and Scorpio, honestly, and that's what I'm hearing. So whether you have Taurus in your chart or this person may have Taurus or Scorpio, that's what I heard. Okay, what is this? Let's take a look. Oh, you got discipline. So you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody who's very disciplined. They usually accomplish whatever it is that they've tried to put their minds to, okay? They're visionary, they love to plan and they're great manifestors too. That's also what I heard from Spirit. But yeah, they're very disciplined, which is interesting because you got the Hierophant. I won't be surprised if this person is a natural leader or an authority figure, a boss, a teacher. Yeah, I'm getting that about them. Very disciplined. And I'm picking up a strong Capricorn energy too. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Then you got control. All right. So that's the strength card. I don't think that this person's controlling. Okay. What I'm actually hearing from Spirit is that this person possesses strength, a lot of strength and inner strength and confidence, especially the word strength. And that was because of their heavy past. Remember, that's how the reading started, where Spirit was saying that for a lot of you chose this pile, your future spouse went through a lot in life. Okay? They're resilient. So you would admire their inner strength. That's how you be viewing them. Also, they're focused because I'm drawn to the eyes. They're very focused. They're very concentrated towards their goals. And that's why they're very disciplined. So there's something about concentration or focus. For some of you, this person may have very beautiful eyes. All right. Like you would really adore or admire their eyes. It's very hypnotic. Or they may have blue eyes. Okay. There's something about the eyes. All right, you got appreciation. And that's weird when I heard, yeah, I heard a song. So when I heard the word eyes, because Spirit is saying, pay attention to the eyes, because there's actually eyes. I also heard this song by Enigma. Yeah, yeah, honestly, I love Enigma so much. Back in the 90s, I'm such a huge fan of Enigma. I really love the band Enigma. So for those who can resonate with me, all right, if you're a 90s person too. I'm an 80s girl, but I also enjoy the 90s music. So yeah, maybe I noticed for group number 3, there's a lot of songs. Yeah, a lot of songs. So I just heard Enigma song, The Eyes of Truth. So, oh my gosh, yeah, that was so strong. You might as well listen to that song, The Eyes of Truth by Enigma. It's been ages I haven't played that song, and I love that song too, all right? So, on top of the song Mea Culpa, I really love that song by Enigma. Yeah. And Carly's song as well. Carly's song. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting to be hearing, songs here for group number 3. So yeah, Eyes of Truth. Listen to that song. Very beautiful. Because when I saw the pair of eyes, that's what I heard. And again, Enigma, from the word Enigma. I tell you, that's how you would be viewing your future spouse. They're very mysterious too. Very enigmatic, Wow. I love that. So you got the appreciation card. So this is how you would be viewing them. That your future spouse is somebody who's very appreciative. They're very grateful. And they know how to stop and smell the flowers as well. Okay. What else? For some of you, I'm hearing from Spirit that whether they're male or female, they're very sophisticated. They have this elegance. And yeah, they're a guy. They're actually reserved, mysterious. Very polished is what I heard, or prim and proper. That's how you'll be viewing your future spouse. Okay. If this is a woman, they're very sophisticated or elegant. Okay. What is this? A tall tale. So with the tall tale card over here, what I'm actually hearing from Spirit is this. I feel that this person, they have a lot of stories to tell, okay? Because they have a lot of experiences. For some of you, maybe they can actually also exaggerate, because that's what I heard. Some of them, they can exaggerate their stories, I really heard that. Not for all of you, though. But I also heard something about honesty. Because I'm getting that this person, their trust was betrayed. That's why they're guarded as well. They're very cautious, or they're very guarded. They have to protect themselves, because I heard at the very start of the reading, they used to be very gullible. They always believe what other people are saying, and would just really accept it as if it's the Bible truth. But yeah, only to realize that those people that they were dealing with are just predators or very deceptive. So that's what I heard when I saw this tall tale. All right, let's pull up more. Trust. Are you kidding me? I just said they have trust issues. Whoa. Oh my gosh. But they would be trusting you, group number 3. Of course, because this is your future spouse that we're talking about. So maybe it will take a while. If you already know who this is, notice that they're guarded. They don't open up easily. Okay? They don't give their trust lightly to others anymore. Unlike in the past where they're very innocent, they're very naive, or they're actually just gullible. Yeah. They learn things the hard way. That's what Spirit is saying. Because, again, they're like a child, very childlike. But unfortunately, they dealt with, so much toxicity in the past. And that's why they're really going to be so careful. They're really suspicious. They're very cautious. So again, trust issues, especially around lies. I tell you, group number 3, this person's so honest. I don't think with the image of Pinocchio that they like to lie. But for a very few of you, they like to just exaggerate stories, okay? That's what I heard. But they're generally very honest. And they also value integrity and honesty because they know what it feels to be lied to. That's what I got. So they really do have trust issues. especially for things that are kind of like shaky or shady. Yeah, you may be really different from each other, because I got that at the very start of the reading. You may be different, whether age difference or culture or what. Yeah. For some of you, this person may be living in a country, a tropical country is what I heard. Because you keep on getting a lot of images of coconut trees or palm trees. Yeah. It can also be Florida for others of you. But yeah, I heard tropical from Spirit. Yeah. So for some of you, you may resonate with that. They're very confident, okay? They're very confident. They're also great team players. So they may be also, like what I said, natural born leaders, or they may be working a type of career or job where they're leading people. All right. They're working with so many people. Because remember, you got the Hierophant, who is an authority figure. Okay. So some of you, maybe teaching profession, a boss, a manager. They're well respected. That's how you would be viewing them. They're really smart. Again, image of the owl. Both of you are old souls. Okay. And owls, they're also related to wisdom or knowledge. Okay. What else, Spirit? How will group number 3 view their future spouse? I'm sharing the song Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. Wow. Now that is weird. Out of all the 3 groups, there's so many songs for group number 3. And that's why when I saw the Page of Wands card where there's a musician, a person's holding a saxophone. So yeah. Yeah. Maybe you and this future spouse of yours, you're connecting through songs. Earlier, it was Careless Whisper. Then I heard a song by Enigma, which is The Eyes of Truth. And now I heard Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. So yeah, maybe some of you may resonate with that. All right. Okay. So they're very committed. That's what Spirit is saying. For some of you, they were married before, but their partner died, unfortunately. Okay. So I really got that. Not for all of you, though. But as a partner, they're really going to be so devoted and committed to you. Like what I said earlier, this person is not the type who's going to be giving up on you. And any challenges that both of you are going to be faced with within your marriage. Oh my gosh, yeah, they were betrayed. They gave their trust to the wrong people, not realizing that those people has ulterior motives. And that's why they're going to be so cautious and careful, you know? Like, hey, why are you saying that? Because I heard the word suspicious. They can be suspicious if somebody's so kind and nice to them. Because at one point in their life, they gave in, you know, they actually thought that they can just trust that person, or they thought that that person is just really kind and all that, or trustworthy. Yeah, they really wanted to find out what is your motive, okay? So, this person is also somebody who loves themselves so much, maybe because of their heavy experiences or wounds from the past. They have learned how to love themselves, because you got a message here around self-love, focusing on one's needs, and healthy self-centeredness. So yeah, I feel that the past experiences has taught this person to love themselves, okay? Because they're very giving, they're naturally giving, and fortunately though, yeah, they were betrayed multiple times is what I heard from Spirit. Interesting. I could resonate with that, to be quite blunt. You know me, I don't sugarcoat things. So yeah, I've been betrayed many times, so I could resonate with that. So your future spouse, I tell you, yeah, they too dealt with a lot of snakes, okay? And even, you know, so-called friends is what I heard. Maybe they thought that that was a real friend, not necessarily when it comes to love and romance, but they gave their trust to the wrong people, not just one person. Wrong people. How will you view your future spouse? Group number 3. Oh my gosh. Wow. They're very ambitious. They have great potential to become successful if they're not yet successful. But for a lot of you, they're already successful. And they always wanted to set some high goals for themselves. They're, achievers and dreamers. Yeah, they don't like routines. So they don't like it if it's always just the same thing over and over, They're being represented as the Page of Wands, which makes sense. Because the Page of Wands is somebody who likes exciting new things, wanted to explore, wanted to try out things that they haven't tried out before. So again, this person easily gets bored. They always wanted to discover new things or try out new things. They always wanted to learn, all right? They don't like routines, okay? Wow. I feel that this person, they went through a lot of changes in their life that they're unprepared for. That's also what I got. And it says bleeding. That's weird because I just heard the song by Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. Oh, wow. I tell you, group number 3, this person really went through a lot. Okay? They went through a lot. And maybe with this sudden change that they've experienced in their life that they're unprepared for, they had no choice. Because I keep on hearing, I don't have any choice. So maybe because of that major change, whether it's losing someone or losing something, they had no choice but to survive on their own. They've learned, how to stand on their own feet is what I heard from Spirit. No wonder this person's strong. I tell you, group number 3. All right, so let's pull up another card. What else, Spirit? How will group number 3 view their future spouse? Playfulness. So yeah, they have this very childlike, I said that earlier, right? They have this youthful, childlike energy about them. They're very playful. They like to tease you. Okay, that's how you would be viewing them. They're cute, is also what I heard from Spirit. Yeah, it's so cute. I'm getting a very cute energy when I saw this playfulness card. All right, what else? External factors. Love may be influenced by external factors such as family, friends. So maybe something is getting in the way of this connection because you got the obstacle, whether it's on your side or their side. Okay, so this is something that you need to be aware of. That I feel that between you and your future spouse, not to say it's going to be perfect all the time, but most of the time, you guys are okay. I love the energy between you and your future spouse, but I feel what you need to be aware of is that there are people outside of you guys who can cause conflict in this connection. I tell you that because that's what I heard. Whether it's actually family members, whether it's their side, your side, relatives, friends. So just be mindful about that because that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Because when it comes to you and your future spouse, you guys are actually really okay. And again, not to say it's going to be perfect all the time. We're all flawed human beings. We all experience challenges in any type of relationship. But I'm getting that most of the time you guys are okay. But be mindful that there are other people outside of this connection who may cause conflict. All right? And that's also how you would be viewing this person, that they're actually really okay, but there are other people who's trying to get in the way of you guys all the time. Okay? So what else? I'm even hearing in-laws for others of you. Wow. And I'm hearing competition. I'm hearing competition. Wow. Boundaries, exactly. So with the boundaries, like what I told you, this person has been through a lot. So because of their heavy experiences, they have learned not only to love themselves, because you got something about they've learned how to love themselves now, or healthy self-centeredness and self-love, right? You got that card. They've also learned how to establish boundaries with people. So that's why I told you, you would be viewing your future spouse as somebody's a bit guarded or very careful. Because remember, you got the Knight of Wands. They were hurt. Look at this wounded person, right? So yeah. And so I'm getting here because of those experiences. They've learned as well how to, create boundaries to protect their energy. Even energetic boundaries, okay? Wow. Alrighty. Also, Spirit is pointing towards this ball. And I really heard something really about tennis. So maybe your future spouse, all right, how you be viewing your future spouse, they're really into sports, or they love sports a lot, or they can be athletic. And some of them, they may be also interested in the game of tennis. Yeah. I actually love tennis too, you guys. Yeah. Gosh, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Oh my gosh, my favorite tennis player. So yeah. And Rafael Nadal. So somebody, maybe your future spouse is also into tennis. So yeah, interesting. The Spirit was pointing the tennis ball. Yeah, anyway, let's actually pull up. Yeah, this one. Let's start off with this. Additional clues about your future spouse. This person had a dream about you, okay? So, if you already know who this is, they had a dream about you recently. Now, if you haven't met this future spouse, either this person would be dreaming about you first, or both of you. Because again, there's a psychic connection between you and your future spouse. Some of you are connecting through astral, all right? Or you have a telepathic connection. Or through dreams, okay? That's how you are connecting with each other too. Because again, you're strongly connected, right? What is this? Oh my gosh. You saw me, right? It went here. What the freak? They're scared of you breaking their heart. So that's why they're guarded. That's why they're careful. Because they've been hurt. What did I tell you about? They were betrayed. Somebody broke their heart. Crazy. That's why we see a wounded person. So group number 3, somebody, needed to hear this. If they're guarded, if they're careful around you, they're not opening up that much because they're represented as a King of Cups, somebody who tries to hide their emotions as well, because they're scared that you might also break their heart. Because remember, I said earlier that this person's trust was betrayed by a lot of people, not just one person, not just by a former lover or what, but also even, friends or so-called friends. So yeah, they're really scared that you might break their heart. This is what you needed to know, okay? And then they're overthinking. Although they're overthinking, so this person may have the tendency to, again, assume things or overthink, right? They may have heavy air in their chart, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, okay? Alrighty, so before we end this reading, let's pull up 6 cards. Let's see, what else? How would you be viewing your future spouse? Group number 3. They're very magnetic. Oh, they have a hot body. Yeah. I won't be surprised. They're very loving. What is this? Ooh, you would love their hips. They have sexy hips. They're very talented. Okay. Hips don't lie. That's what I'm hearing. Is that a song? Is that Shakira? Hold up. Let me pause, all right? I don't need to pause, actually. Hold up. Let me just get my... What the freak? For group number 3, there's a lot of song, okay? There's a lot of song for group number 3. It started off with Careless Whisper. And then I heard Eyes of Truth by Enigma. And then I heard, Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. And now you got Hips Don't Lie. Yeah, right. It's Shakira. So either, you know, you look like Shakira, or this person may look like Shakira, or perhaps you may want to listen to that song. Okay? Because, yeah, when I saw the hips, I heard Hips Don't Lie. And if this is a woman and you're a guy, my gosh, Shakira is so sexy. So, yeah, they have a hot body. Group number 3, okay? Or if you're a woman, you're the divine feminine, this may be you. You have a very sexy body, you know. But let's get one more. Mysterious. Yeah, I said that earlier, right? They're very mysterious. They have this very enigmatic vibe about them too. So yeah, this is how you would be viewing your future spouse. They're magnetic. They have a hot body. You know, they're very loving. You would love their hips, or you would really, you know, see that their hips are just really, really amazing. They're talented as well, and very mysterious. So there you go, group number 3. I really enjoyed this reading so much. I noticed for group number 3, there's tons of songs that I channeled. Yeah, and if you were drawn to group number 1, maybe there are some extra messages that you will be getting from that pile as well. All right? So yeah, there you go, group number 3. Thank you so much for watching this. And thank you for all of your support, you guys. Whether you're new to this channel or you are a returning, you know, viewer or subscriber, I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you again next week. Love and light.